phone. Dial pound 250. Say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And then ask about their cancer screening. Full body cancer screening is super important as well. This is something I really believe in. That's why I started the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund to help people so everybody can get the cancer screening. I think it's super important. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones and your family by going to Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone. Dial pound 250. Say the words free heart scan. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll be connected in seconds.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgagguydon.com.
With thatmortgagguydon.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Do you know Mahatma rice? A staple in our kitchens for generations. It's now easier than ever with delicious recipes like cilantro and lime and all the homemade taste we love. It's ready in only 90 seconds. Perfect at home, at work, or on the go. Mahatma rice feels like home.
The accident wasn't your fault, so why should you be burdened with the medical bills? This is Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get overwhelmed by mounting medical bills. I'll fight to ensure that the responsible party pays what you're owed. Injured on the go? Don't wait. Visit justcallmo.com.
Pack your day with awe and awesome at SeaWorld Orlando. Get real close to over 20,000 animals, including new emperor penguins. Explore on the all-new Expedition Odyssey. And enjoy fall family fun during Spooktacular with trick-or-treating and colorful costume characters on select dates now through November 2nd. Go from real to unreal at SeaWorld. Get our best benefits ever with annual passes for as low as $14.25 a month. No down payment. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works at Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by FDOT.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the?
Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto.
Nice. Who's that?
New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now.
Wait, we're famous?
Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reeswindows.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from the press versus the Pentagon to a politician gets hit with a restraining order and an update on that woman screaming in Wichita. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Record your first dispatch right now at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good. What about you?
Catastrophic.
Yeah, what's going on with you today?
¿Qué pasó?
I'm going to be upfront with you, okay?
Transparency is beauty.
I'm going to be transparent with everybody right now. I woke up and I was doing all the show prep stuff that I do, and I was talking back and forth with the developers. I don't know what happened. I was trying to get some things fixed with the website update at thenewsjunkie.com. And Courtney goes, "You do know the show starts in 30 minutes, right?" And I was an hour behind. I was looking at clocks. I was doing everything that I do on every morning. There was no reason for me to be behind. I didn't drink a bunch last night or anything. No reason whatsoever. But she goes, "Oh, just so you know, I don't want to shock you or anything, but you're on in 24 minutes or something." And I go, "Wow."
So you thought it was 8:30?
I thought everything was an hour earlier.
10:30. I don't know what time is anymore. Sorry.
Yeah. You fell back. Did you fall back to?
I did.
You're a little early.
I fell back before everybody else this morning. So I go, "Oh God!" And she goes, "Is there anything I can help you with?" And she was like a NASCAR pit crew driver trying to get lint off of me and help me get moving along. And I've
just
done
giving
that.
you your Celsius for a little sipsy.
I mean, luckily, I didn't have a very long hike to the office, but if I did, there would have been major problems. And have you guys ever done that before, where you're like, I looked at the clock, I didn't have any problems to speak of, and then for some reason, I just everything was shifted an hour off for me.
And
I don't know
what you think
it was.
is just 5 minutes turns out to be 25 minutes that have passed.
I swear to God, I thought that I was about 30 minutes ahead of time. I was like, I can just cruise through things today, take a nice long shower. No.
If you were here at HQ, that is what we call 95 miles an hour on the express lanes.
Oh, God, I would have been white-knuckling it. For me, that's impossible, but I would have been giving it a shot today.
I did notice that before the show, you were unusually quiet, and whenever you did speak, it was very rushed, and I was like, "Oh, he's going through something right now."
I was just trying to put all the pieces in order. You know what I mean? So you could get behind the microphone.
Man.
A little bit.
Isn't it crazy to think it's 1 p.m. right now, Sean?
No, it's not. It does kind of when that happens to you, you get this feeling of almost hypnotism for a moment or two. You're like, whoosh, whoa, your world is like, wait, everything I thought was up is down and left is right.
I thought today was Thursday.
I wish it was Thursday.
That's why sometimes, depending on how somebody orchestrates a surprise party or a surprise anything, you go, well, wait, my mind is still in the mindset that we were going to do the planned thing, not the unplanned thing. And so now I'm all kind of torn around by, well, I still have to do this and that. And no,
I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit, but I do like this. Let's start the show off with a huge round of applause and shouts out to somebody named Corey. Corey, hello.
Corey. Hey, Corey. Buddy. Great job, Corey.
Corey out there sent just moments after the birth of his young new child. Maverick is his kid's name, right?
Badass name.
Maverick is his kid's name. Corey had his child, Maverick, at the hospital, and he said, hey, big fans of the show. He's got his News Junkie shirt on, and he's got the newborn right in front of him at the hospital.
Why didn't he name it the News Junkie
Very brave of you, Corey, to wear the white News Junkie shirt, because I know what goes on.
After birth, right?
Those, yeah.
Well, to Sabrina's point, Sealand, it's not too late, is it, to change the name? Like,
I don't think so.
Do you the baby's not born and they're like, quick, sign it, name this son of a bitch?
I think he's probably signed the birth certificate by now.
Just do Maverick, and then you can do an addendum. We get those on the contract all the time.
Like a middle name or something.
Maverick, the News Junkie, Sabrina, C-Lane, Sean, last name. I think that works.
What an adorable little baby.
Little tomato.
I know. They're like, these are as freshborns get, man. Right out.
Freshborns, that's what they call them.
Freshborns.
He's making heaven.
Fresh as newborns get. That's what I meant. That's the whole thing I was getting at. I told you I'm behind a little bit today. Okay? Oh, there's so many great photos. So thank you so much, Corey. We greatly appreciate it. So happy for you and your family, and glad the baby appears to be as healthy as it gets.
On that baby.
It's never too early to do any of this stuff. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Cincinnati, Ohio, everybody.
All right.
Where their police chief, yet another place with a female police chief. I keep seeing this pop up. It was Louisiana.
What's this world coming to?
Yeah, exactly.
New Orleans, I think, has a female police chief. I think New York has a female police chief. New York City.
What do they do when they're on their periods?
I don't know. There's a lot of concerns with this, but so this woman is in control of the police force in Cincinnati, and I guess there's been some problems. So she's starting out simple here. She's saying, we just need everybody to behave. It's worth a shot, I guess. Like, just coming out as a police officer and being like, everybody, if you could just behave, things would be better. Here she is.
And so my message to everybody, learn how to behave in our city, but especially learn how to behave in our downtown and our Fountain Square. And our officers will approach you if you start to behave disorderly on Fountain Square.
Mom vibes.
Because these things sometimes start as a minor altercation and then evolve into something bigger. So do not come downtown, especially on Fountain Square, if you don't know how to behave.
Man, what city what city does not have this problem right now? Is there anybody where they're downtown where you're living right now? It's like downtown is great.
I mean, there are some very small towns that are like, this is our downtown because we have a 3-story building here. And those are the nice downtowns.
Yeah, not a lot of places where it's just working swimmingly, it would appear. She's trying to say, she's trying to work with sugar, I guess, here you could say.
Okay, but I have yet to see anybody in her position say that phrase. What if that changes everything? All they needed to hear was behave.
I mean,
especially
I like the idea.
In Fountain Square. Everything outside of Fountain Square? Sorry.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I want like a side-by-side shot live of the criminals, as if it's like somebody getting drafted for a football team, but the criminals are at home and they're like,
or it's this weird, like, super intense biker meeting. Like, I don't know if you guys heard the chief this morning, but we have been called to behave.
Gotta behave!
But why is it especially Fountain Square?
That's where the real problems are.
Because it seems that's not fair to everyone outside of the fountain.
I don't know what to do with her name either. Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa, that part's easy, right? We get that.
Megadoodoo?
Theetge, Theetge. Theetge. Teresa Theetge, I think is the best I can do. She's solved the problem. She said, learn how to behave, and now, criminals, the ball is in your court, okay? If you don't learn from this, things are going to get a whole lot worse. Trust me on that one. Real quick, an email to start us off here. Stephen emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And Stephen says, airports need to learn from Japanese airports. Honestly, couldn't get this out of my mind yesterday, how impressive it was. We talked about this international airport in Japan.
I have a take on this that I found very interesting. I don't know that I agree with it, but
okay.
I was reading.
Well, real quick, let me tell people what we're talking about if they missed this. This airport in Japan. Yes, that's right. I did say it, friend. Undoubtedly, I'm totally ready to go.
Japan.
This airport in Japan has never lost anybody's luggage, any baggage at all since like 2017. They have lost nobody's bag, and they're bragging about it. What was your take on that, Sile?
Somebody on Reddit was talking about, because this comes up. They've obviously boasted this once or twice by now and won awards for it. And somebody said, beware of claims made by people or groups from shame-based cultures. And they're like, excuse me? And they're like, they said, like, over there, the shame attached to a wrongdoing is worse than the wrongdoing.
Oh, yeah.
So if you call somebody out for doing something bad, they go, whoa.
Gosh, what a difference between countries.
What kind of example are you setting here?
Here's the thing. Whoever's in control of the shame dial, in Japan, they have it dialed up to like a 10. You might want to kick that back a couple. Here in the United States, the shame dial is at about a 1.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't even say 1.5, maybe. Yeah.
We want to click our shame dial up quite a bit. And then everybody in Japan, just click it down a little bit. There's like a Goldilocks zone.
This person, and like the reason I don't think this is totally sound is because plenty of international travelers would go through here and not be based in shame culture and just want their effing luggage. But they said if employee X loses luggage and employee Y brings attention to it, the culture would punish employee Y as much or more than the person who lost the luggage.
That's a lot of pressure.
And like it happened seppuku for the offender, is that kind of thing.
And it happened at a boarding school where like several administrators and teachers were accused by parents of abusing and assaulting mentally disabled students.
Yeah.
And the parents protested at the school, and the media was like, what kind of example are these parents setting?
That's too high.
Their
shame setting is too high. Yeah, like we have it way too low. They have it way too high. But let's go to Stephen here, who says, so I live in Tokyo, and I have since 2017. Not only does Kansai Airport have the reputation of never losing luggage, excuse me, but the two airports here in Tokyo, Haneda and Narita, I'm doing my best on
Santa
how to
Maria?
pronounce those. Haneda and Narita are constantly battling each other for the #1 spot in the world for the cleanest and overall best airport.
Imagine that. Imagine you're battling each other to be cleanest.
They're doing the opposite here.
Who could lose?
They're like, we got planes up. See ya.
We got airports in the United States with yellow rooms still, I think. Hartsfield Jackson in Atlanta. Fun fact about Japanese airports, too, they don't scam you with prices. Let's say you go to a restaurant in Tokyo. If you buy a noodle dish that's $8 to $10 and a beer that's $3 to $5, at the airport, it'll cost you the exact same amount of money.
Whoa.
So it's not like Fridays in America where it's double the prices at the airport. In all seriousness, America's airport system is trash and needs to learn from Japan, says Stephen. Stephen, I can't argue with you. I don't have a great counter to your point there. You win this round.
Where they lack in shame over there, we have pride. And pride in the sense of we've been just fine for many years. Our founding fathers are totally happy with us, even though we have yellow rooms.
That's why there's nothing more embarrassing to me. I don't know if you guys cringe at this like I do. But you ever see when like some dumb American streamer goes over to Japan and starts like messing with Japanese people?
Yes, I don't.
They're like, show me the forest where everyone hangs themselves.
Like they'll be on the metro and the subway in Tokyo. Everybody's really in the shame culture, like really, really respectful. It's pretty quiet. Nobody's like going crazy and throwing feces everywhere. Like imagine that. It's a really nice thing that all these people treat with respect together. And on the subway, you'll see these Americans go over there and stream, and they'll be like, they just start screaming at stuff and be like, America's better than Japan, or like stomping around like Godzilla. And you go, oh, God, this is what they're going to think of all of us right now. So I don't know. Shouts out to you, Japan. Okay. Shouts out to Japan. Shouts out to the Japan. Shouts out to me for being completely off kilter. Shouts out to everybody. All right. Shouts all around today.
So many shouts.
All of the shouts. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll get it all together here.
Now that we're done shouting.
No, now they go out, dude.
Yeah, the shouts are all around, so we're covered. All bases are covered. When we come back, we'll hear from you. We got a bunch of dispatches coming in. I got the solution to the mystery of what was happening there in Wichita. Remember the woman at the front door? And some guy's got his arms around her, and she screams out something, maybe in Spanish.
Yaman or Yaman.
Yeah, she screams something at the top of her lungs, and then they could not find her. Well, they have found this woman, and we now have her story. I'll play it again for you if you missed it.
Did they ask her what she said?
We will see. We'll fill in the blanks. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's wide open on most of the major roadways, although on I-4 you're still going to run into some familiar delays, congestion getting through the city. There's slowdowns eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. Emergency cruiser on the roadways clearing up a crash. On John Young Parkway southbound at Tap Vineland Road, the left lane's blocked there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole...
Hello. Shouts all around.
Bus headed to Lake County. The two buses are ready to roll Saturday, October 25th with stops from Leesburg, Tavares, and Mount Dora.
The biggest shout out of all. How could I not have put this up front? Oh, shoot.
Thanks to MNC
Hang on.
Puddle Jumpers, MCA Transportation, Jersey Mike's,
Cameraman, wake up.
Orlando's Injury Attorneys. Get more information at realradio.fm.
The biggest shout out of all. Happy birthday, Dylan. Happy birthday, Dylan. Look at him go. He's a quarter century old. 25 years old. Happy birthday, Dylan. All right. Trying to write this shit. Good morning, everybody. Halfway to 50, I know. Isn't that crazy? Dylan's 25 years old. Look at him. Look at him go. He just cut his hair, by the way. He's rocking like a short haircut. He shaved his face. I don't know what's going on with him. But he looks like he's got it together, and that's a good thing. Dylan should be chatter of the day for his birthday? Oh, it's the least I could do. Wow, Sean, you're old. No wonder you're feeling off today. Hey, just because he's 25 doesn't mean I'm old. I'm still 44, okay? 44. Just turned 44. Okay, a couple of minutes and we're coming back live. Question for you, chat. Let's get things started with this, okay? Little conversation starter. We're going to watch this video again of the woman coming up to somebody's front door, the guy with his arms around her, pulling her away. She's flailing. She's screaming something to this front door, and the camera is catching her. And the question I have for you is, do you open the door? If that's your house and you see that happening, do you open the door? Because if I'm real with you, I don't think I would. I think I would definitely call 911. I think I might open the door and be like, "Are you okay?" But I don't know what's going on here. Do you think you would open the door if you were at this house in Wichita? Be real about it. All right? No, like, hell yeah, man. I'd blast his face off. I need realness out of you. Woman screaming, guys pulling her back. You see it all happening in front of your front door on the camera. You know something needs to happen. What do? Do you open the door? No way?
Any health routine can help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I would open it. I'd be thinking about it happening to my daughter. If you would open it, though, don't you consider, like, there's so many unknowns. Somebody's at your door doing that. You don't know if it's a setup. You don't know if that guy has a gun and he's just ready to blast you or the woman away. If you intervene, you don't know what's happening. Sport says only with a weapon. Sunset John says, somebody's knocking at my door. Go away, tiptoe across the floor. Hell yeah, my dog needs something to do. I'll just call 911, says Anthony. That's it. Same. I'm calling 911. I'm saying, get out here immediately. Here's what's happening. I'm providing the cops, in this case, with like my footage from my doorbell cam. I'd help. But I ain't like busting out the door. My gun will be bigger? Yeah, J-Turn, maybe. But what are you going to do? Are you just going to like open the front door and start blasting at this guy? It seems like the best move is to call 911. Okay, we're coming back. Some say, John, I don't know that song because it seems like it's from the 1500s, my friend. It might be a little old. Coming back.
Season is in high gear, and iHeartRadio's got it all. The NFL.
It's a touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Baseball postseason.
Tail time in game one.
College football, the NHL, and the NBA is about to tip off. It's all right at your fingertips on the iHeart app with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can join the conversation.
I agree with the last caller. We got to be done with that guy.
Join the millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
So much for the same three songs over and over and over. Come hang out with the three best friends you'd ever knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. And boy, do we always have something to talk about over here. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. We have the update on this woman in Wichita, Kansas. And if you're not following this, it was this video footage that was released. This woman's at the front door of somebody's house, and their security camera catches this woman. She's wearing like a skirt and like a top. She kind of looks like she's ready to go out for a night on the town. And she approaches their front door. They have no idea who she is. And she starts screaming. And there's some guy who wraps his arms around her and yanks her away and like pulls her into the dark of night. And we were trying to figure out what she was screaming because you could hear that. I mean, and then he just pulls her away.
And he must
out
have
into the
covered her
night.
mouth or something because you don't hear much after that. Just scuffle.
I did hear like a, you know, like maybe he did have his hand over the mouth right here. Ready? And his hand even goes up there a little bit. And everybody said, what happened here? What was going on? I'm going to tell you in just a moment what actually happened because they finally found this mystery woman. and got her story as to why she was at this front door. But I was trying to ask people on chat during the break, what would you do if this happened at your house? You see that there's somebody outside the front door. You don't know who they are. It's some woman. She's screaming and some guy is dragging her away. And trying to be like completely honest, all I could think is I would definitely dial 911.
Right.
And like help the police. I would give them the security footage and stuff. But I don't think I would open the door and engage with whatever was happening here.
I mean,
I don't know. Like, there's too many questions that I have.
But it's very quick, too.
Yeah.
I wonder at that moment if I don't know. I fear that I would instinctually go out and see what happens.
Oh, that's bad. I mean, it could be bad.
Obviously,
at least.
with my gun case on me, and then I'd be like, "Give me 1 second. I have to open it up and load everything up, and then say, get your hands off."
Because you're right, Sabrina. It happens fast. They start pulling.
Hey, get your damn hands off her.
Not on my watch.
He starts pulling the woman away from the front door of your house, and then out into the darkness. And now, if you want to respond, you've got to chase after them. I told this story not that long ago on the show about how something very much like this happened. And it happened kind of recently, too. I'll give you another example. But the story that I've told previously was I was at my friend's apartment. I was living with them at the time. And there was a neighborhood.
Buddy, for a little bit.
There was a neighborhood off of, I think, Jog Road. And they're in the middle of this cheap apartment complex. There was a big pond, like a dugout pond. And from across the pond in the middle of the night, we're having a keg party. There's like 5 of us left or something. And from across the pond, I hear some woman shrieking and running away from this guy. And the guy's like kicking the woman and stuff. And we go, what the hell? And about 3 of us run downstairs from the apartment we're at. We start running around the pond, and we're running full speed to try to get to this guy who's attacking this woman and like kicking her down the stairs and stuff. And then we see that as we're running there, he throws her into his car and screeches off and speeds out of the neighborhood. And we're like, wow, geez, I hope everything's okay there. And the next morning when we woke up, we found that he took her to the end of the street and killed the woman.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Like the guy had a gun and he killed the woman. We were like, dude, if we would have gotten over there and engaged with this guy that we were trying to stop, he probably would have shot all of us. Like, he was in the frame of mind already where he was going to try to kill her.
Anybody.
I mean, what are the chances? Like,
There's
we go
3
over
of
there and
you.
he's like, oh, okay, all right, fine. I think we would have just ended up additional victims on that list if that was the case. Like, it certainly could have gone that way because this person was murderous anyhow. And they, obviously ended up getting arrested and charged and all that. But just shows
or,
you
maybe he
how
only
things can
had
go.
2 bullets and they would have gone on you guys instead of her.
Yes,
he would have
so
shot Toby
many-
twice.
I mean, you would have gotten the key to the city had you just helped that lady.
I'm a bad person for not being a little bit faster and trying to put my life on the line. I at least tried then. I'm telling you now that I wouldn't. And before I get to the reveal of what happened with this mysterious woman in Wichita, we kind of encountered this again 2 or 3 days ago. We're going for a walk with Lady, and we're walking through the neighborhood, Courtney and I. And as we're walking, Lady, we're just chit-chatting about the day. And we hear, help! I'm like, what was that? And it sounded like a young girl. And you just hear again, help!
Okay, we'll do it like a young girl, please.
We're looking around, and I see a white van. I see like a couple of houses around me. And then we start walking back towards the houses in the van, and we don't hear anything else. And we just kept going. I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Bust down all of these doors? How do I know it's not some kids playing around and playing tag with each other or something?
Next door immediately like everybody else does.
Right. Like, hey, I heard somebody screaming in this quadrant of the neighborhood. Oh, so we just kept going and hope to God that person is doing okay now. But in this case, the person approached the cops, said, here's the video, here's what's going on. This woman screamed at the front door. Either Yavin or Kevin, probably Yavin, which means call for help. And they could not find her at all in Wichita until a bit later yesterday after the show. And Wichita police responded. They said, update, female from doorbell video located safely. So they found her. This afternoon around 3 p.m., Wichita police investigators received a phone call from a female claiming to be the individual investigators were attempting to identify. Investigators immediately responded to her location, made contact, and transported her to City Hall for further investigation. Investigators are conducting interviews currently. We've identified the female as a 35-year-old who lives in the area where the video is captured. At this stage in the investigation, we believe this incident is a case of domestic violence between the female and her boyfriend. The female does not have any significant injuries. We want to thank the public for sharing the video and still images that generated all the attention for the incident. We do not have any reason to believe there's an ongoing danger to the public. So they think that there was, like, as is kind of obvious in a way, some sort of fight between the woman and man here in question.
I mean, yeah, but also when you see that Ring camera footage, they're like, oh, it's just a fight between boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, that looked a little violent to me.
Oh, it was. I mean, it's a violent act no matter what. She's screaming. He's pulling her away. And they said the 22-year-old boyfriend, she's 35, he's 22. That's an age gap. She's 35, he's 22. And they said he was arrested hours later on multiple charges, including aggravated battery, strangulation, and criminal restraint. They have not released his name just yet, but they found out who she was. She called in. They found out who he was. They've arrested this guy, and they got everything under control, thanks to all the people who watched the video. But I don't know if you'd be at this same happy-go-lucky outcome if somebody had busted out the door dramatically and said, like, hey, you know, where is she? Give her up. It could have gone like the situation I was talking about, where I was just moments away from something absolutely horrific happening. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com, or you can always email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. But there is your answer as to what was going down over in Wichita. Another thing I saw that I wanted to mention real quick, which seemed just absolutely unhinged to me, was a viral story that's getting a lot of attention right now about this family being sued for whatever reason because they went on a Disney vacation. And when I heard how much the Disney vacation cost,
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, y'all see that?
I had questions, okay? Because they went on a Disney vacation and they're being taken to court over the Disney vacation. The Disney vacation cost this family $70,000.
How big is the family?
That's the kicker. This family has 22 kids. 22 kids.
I just felt a pulse in my ovaries at the thought.
Well, you might get another one when you hear this. The mother, Sue Radford, who is part of this largest family in Britain, I guess. The mother, Sue Radford, first got pregnant and had a child when she was 13 years old.
Okay.
And the husband was 17 years old. And they had a child, and then they just kept having kids, one after another, after another.
Somebody allergic to latex?
I have so many questions and so little time.
22 kids. When
I
we
did
look
the quick math. $70,000, 24
Yeah.
people, right? We're including the two parents. That's still $2,900 a person.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right to you for a Disney vacation?
Europeans, when they go on vacations, they go on like long vacations.
It's
They go
holiday.
on holiday.
They go on
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah, so it's longer. So maybe it was like a week or two or something, and it could definitely get pretty expensive. But they have 22 kids that they took to Disney for $70,000.
Do they even pay taxes, or does just the government just give all that money, you know, right back to them?
That's the kicker.
Wait, how are they not on TV?
I think that they were. They had a show called 22 Kids and Counting on television, which is like, isn't that? Don't we have an exact
19 kids and counting.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
take that, Americans.
Yeah. And they had a book on their life and stuff. I don't know why. See if you could find out why they were taken to court over taking the kids to Disney. That's the weirdest part, because it says they've defended their whole situation. Couples defend having 22 kids amid being taken to court over $70,000 Disney vacation. And this is Noel and Sue Radford. that did this. And I mean, certainly there's people who are taking issue with the fact that he was 17 and she was 13 when they were having babies. That's, if not illegal.
But no one took an issue
weird.
after baby 1 or 2 or 3. 22 children.
I know. And like without a reality show, and even with a reality show, I know, we have a parent right among us right now. We have somebody with a young child right with us who could say one child is expensive.
Yes.
Okay? One child is expensive. Can you imagine having 21 other Jacksons running around?
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Running every which way you could possibly think of. That's what this family is dealing with. Did you see why they were why they were taking to court over this?
Yeah, they got taken to court for pulling the kids out of school for this.
Really?
Oh, so, remember
I know
you
people
said
who do that all the time.
Remember you said it was a long vacation?
Yeah.
It said the couple from Morecambe, Lancashire, were found guilty of failing to ensure regular school attendance for 4 of their children. So only 4.
Okay.
Between March 21st, which, let's see, March 21st, that's a Friday.
All right.
And May 1st. So March,
my God.
April, that's a month and about a week.
That is quite the Disney vacation. That'll get you to
$70,000 makes sense.
They were fined. They were each fined $88 per child, along with $160 in court costs, adding an additional $1,024 to the Florida trip. It says it comes as Disney World raises its prices again. Here's by how much.
Right. Disney taking strays of this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. They had 22 kids, for God's sake. But let us know what you think. I mean, at some point, I'm like, geez, I don't want the government to be involved in how many kids you can have. But
close up shop, man.
God, 22
close up
kids.
Legs.
You don't know all their names. Like, I know you don't know all their names. I know that you cannot.
Yeah, but
properly...
the oldest know everyone else's names. I don't know how far the age gap is, but you know for sure at 22 kids, the 2 to 4 eldest take care of everybody else.
And I was 18 years old when my son was born, who, by the way, today, Dylan's 25th birthday. Happy birthday, Dylan.
25?
25 years old.
So weird.
I was just a kid. I can't imagine being 13.
No.
I mean,
all right.
Your swimmers just started working, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would think so. Yeah, right around that time. And then 22 kids later. Jesus. Folks, tell us what you think. What should happen in these cases? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we're going to get to your emails, your dispatches. We'll get to the press versus the Pentagon. A showdown is forming. We got new details on the whole. I didn't think we could get any more, but we got more new details on the Alec Baldwin crash. It turns out,
thank God.
Maybe he wasn't telling the truth yesterday when he did that whole story where he explained everything. So we'll get into that as well. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
And this one victim said, quote, "Our sweet mother, they dismembered her. They sold her shoulders, knees, and feet for profits." I don't even know how I would react, but I will say it would be poorly.
If you found out they sold her head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Wednesday, we are going to be expecting another nice day temperature-wise. Plan for highs to reach the mid-80s. We'll see a few more clouds today, though. Winds will be picking up, clouds will roll in, and that will be ahead of a couple of showers that will make their way onshore as the day wears on, eventually arriving into the Orlando area, say by noon today, lasting all the way through about 6, 7 o'clock tonight. We'll dry things back out, though, as we head to Friday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, getting started has never been easier. Thanks to multiple start dates, a generous transfer credit policy, and no SAT or ACT requirements. You bring the ambition, we'll help you build the future. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Folks, as a homeowner, there's a lot you have to do. I mean, you really do have to keep up with your place. You got to make sure that things aren't breaking around the house. And that's on you because you're not renting any longer. But the beauty is you have a massive investment in you and your family's future. So take care of it. And also, when something breaks like your air conditioner, you deserve to have it fixed fast and the right way. And above and beyond that, you deserve a company like Mills Air that will be honest with you on pricing and not try to take advantage of you. So if you do have any issue with your AC at your house, and I hate to say it, but odds are you're going to at some point in time, make sure you're not getting ripped off. Make sure you're getting the best AC techs in town to fix your HVAC unit. Make sure you reach out to Mills Air. How do you do that? That's a great question. The amazing crew over at Mills Air will snap to it and get on the case when you dial 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or you can find them online at millsair.com.
In a Greenway Kia.
For over 23 years, my family's been saying it. And
hello! Hang on, folks, one moment. One moment.
That's KOSSINA creative.com. KOSSINAcreative.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation. And take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
Man. The unhinged emailer count is going up. It's going up. Just very weird people. Not like insulting me or insulting the show. Just the number, the overall number and volume of weird people. Like the email comes in and it's the email equivalent of a bunch of letters from magazines pieced together. You know what I mean? Like the equivalent of that.
To buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure purchase.
Froggy Molly says, what's everybody dressing up as? Says, I won't get to see any of you. You don't get to know. If you ain't going to be there, you don't get to know.
Flirting, grooming, you still got it.
Hello, Ryan.
The system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of...
Serial killer emails? Yes, very much, Dylan. I mean, like, weirdos typing weird stuff. And at the end, sometimes it'll be like, love the show. And I'll be like, at least they love the show? Remind me, I have a story for you about yesterday after the show. Okay, remind me. I have a story for you. Here we go.
With the free iHeartRadio app, you can save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts.
With easy presets.
It's your personal audio passport. Get what millions already have.
The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Today's not just any day, it's your lucky day. Staples Easy Deal Days are extended now through October 18th. Easy Rewards members score up to 40% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Head to your local Staples store or visit staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
It's the same songs over and over. Hang out with some friends. That's what we're doing here. And you can learn more about the show as you go into the world's most viral newsroom over at thenewsjunkie.com. I want to say, as always, thanks for listening to the station. Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for watching the stream. All of those who do that, it's very much appreciated.
Thank you for being a friend.
Just thank you all around. We'll get into updates on the Alec Baldwin crash in a second. I guess he might have been lying about something because there's some new footage. We'll see what it looks like here and listen to it momentarily. But I saw a story that came out today from San Francisco, and it's like a hacker has somehow dove in and uncovered the playlists of a bunch of like famous people and politicians and stuff.
Okay.
And this person, they call him a tech prankster, and this person is like shaming the elected officials with the release of stuff that's on their Spotify playlist, which C-Line did something very similar to this in This Week in Florida not long ago, I think.
People have been trying to dig into this for a while, and I think what we discovered was somebody had a fake playlist, or excuse me, a fake account on Spotify under the name Ron DeSantis, and made like a playlist, and people thought that was what Governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, listens to. And I think the governor's office was like, well, no, if it were really the governor's playlist, he would probably have a lot of Metallica on it.
That's when you immediately go, okay, what's your favorite Metallica song? Or sing some Metallica for me. Because who did they do that to? It was the Yang, Andrew Yang, if you remember him.
Yang Gang. Yeah.
Gang. When Andrew Yang was running for office and he was kind of doing like this.
Yang 2020 Gang Money.
Yeah.
He loved rap music. He was a huge fan of
Eminem,
old school.
He said, he's like, I love Eminem. And they go, what's your favorite Eminem song? And he responded because he like felt pressured in the moment with like the most basic answer. Hello,
hi, my name is what?
Slicka.
Like he might have said the real Slim Shady or something. Where you're like, what kind of Eminem fan? The real Slim Shady is your favorite Eminem song? Come on. Even Eminem doesn't even like that song.
It would be more interesting though if he had picked like some of the edgier lyrics. Like,
sorry, mama.
Like you can't answer that question and be like, hey, it's me, Versace. Whoops, somebody shot me.
Well, they leaked all this info out, and here's the story. You can see it here if you're watching on the stream. Channel 4 says San Francisco tech prankster leaks the Spotify playlists of politicians and CEO. And it's done in such a way to like shame these people for their Spotify playlist.
Can we stop overusing the word leak, by the way?
Yeah, right.
Tech prankster looks up and releases, looks up and blogs.
They even went further. They made a whole website for this, and they called it the Panama Playlists, which from memory, I think that's a run on the Panama Papers, which was like a big leak journalistic thing.
Oh, wow. You really think highly of your work here.
I believe that's where that came from. But it says, well, one San Francisco tech bro, 23-year-old software engineer Riley Walsh, found the answer to the question of what people were listening to. They released all these people. This is DeSantis, too, and that might be fake. The mayor of San Francisco, Seth Meyers, the late-night host, his secret playlist, the CEO of OpenAI. And they were, like, trying to shame these people with the playlist that they have online. And I thought to myself, I'm like, other than I had a little while where I accidentally made my YouTube music playlist that we listened to in the car. I accidentally made it public on the News Junkie YouTube account. I wouldn't be embarrassed at all.
I mean, you guys know my Spotify store.
Yeah, but you're like yours is like
mix.
I was going to build
like a
up
bump
to
and
that.
grind mix or whatever. But I wouldn't be embarrassed of my playlist. There's nothing that could be on there where like, oh, Sean listens to this song.
Okay, but do you have set playlists, or you just have like liked songs that you shuffle?
No,
because I have several playlists that I wouldn't be embarrassed, but I feel like if they were posted without me giving a little bit of explanation as to why they're titled or what songs are in there, then I would feel a little bit back against the wall, not fair.
Yeah, like your Celebrate 9/11 playlist, the people would probably...
It didn't say celebrate. The E's were replaced with 3s. I told you that.
Oh, I think that one would be a little harder to explain.
So I have one playlist that is pinned called Pretend You're Adele. And that is...
Oh, never mind. I thought you said pretend you're a doll. Okay. Pretend you're Adele, the singer. Okay. All right.
Listen
that makes
to this
more sense.
music and don't move at all.
I was like, what is your... You got some things that are coming out right now.
No,
all
pretend you're Adele, and these are all songs that I, by myself in the car, will fully belt out and do all the harms. And vocal warm-up is what it should have been called.
Yeah.
Then I have Thunder Pussy.
Okay.
Those are booty bangers. You know,
All
those
right.
are going to make the romps shake.
I don't think that's weird, though. I think that's pretty...
Okay, but now you don't know me, and you see the article, and it's like, look at her playlist.
I wouldn't.
That's
No,
crazy.
I don't look at theirs and do this, and I wouldn't look at yours and do it. You know why? Because I remember. Oh God, here's Grandpa moment. This is a weird Grandpa moment.
We had to put it on vinyl.
We would burn CDs, and you would name the CD that you burned.
Of
and
course.
You would do this kind of stuff. It's the same thing. People are just doing that with playlists now. And they're like, oh, Ron DeSantis listens to Miley Cyrus, or Seth Meyers listens to Jackson Brown.
See,
how embarrassing.
Now, I don't know that Jackson Brown is necessarily embarrassing. The Ron DeSantis one, so I pulled up the article I had in This Week in Florida from August. And it says, this is the one where it said that the DeSantis camp denied that it was his playlist. In fact, they said, while the presence of Johnny Cash, Leonard Skinner, Elvis, and Frank Sinatra on a playlist would meet the governor's approval, the absence of country artists like George Strait and Waylon Jennings
Are you kidding me?
or 80s metal bands like Metallica and Guns N' Roses is proof that this is not, in fact, his playlist.
Oh, please. That's your response.
He couldn't just say, like, he likes these jams, but no, like, that's not his. He has to be like, if it was mine, it'd be all Slipknot, baby. I'm looking at the website now. It's PanamaPlaylist.com. Meant to shame these people. Are you ashamed of anything that would come out like this about you? Like, if somebody found a playlist and they put this out there, would you go, oh, God, I wouldn't want people to know I'm listening to these songs? Email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips, TIPS @thenewsjunkie.com, or record a dispatch on thenewsjunkie.com.
Well,
but
I think one of the things that the guy was trying to, the person who leaked, who did the big leak of DeSantis' playlist is doubling down and saying that it's his. And I think what some of the news outlets, especially the left-leaning ones, were trying to point out was that old DeSantis, Mr. Don't Say Gay, has like Elton John and Queen on his on his playlist.
Look, that I don't care about that either, really. I thought they were going to go other directions, like the one-eyed congressman from Texas, Dan Crenshaw, the guy who wears the eye patch. I'm like, okay, is there going to be something about,
Cotton Eye Joe?
One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eaters or something? What's going to be on this? But in his situation, they go to N-words in Paris from Jay-Z and Kanye West. And it's like,
these
who
are
cares?
songs that you...
They're popular songs.
So
It's
does
like-
billions of other listens agree with. I mean, there's some boppers. And Miley Cyrus, those songs are included in that. Party in the USA is one of the most popular songs in the last 10, 15 years, is it not?
There's a filter on the top of this, Sabrina, that says all tech, politics, media, journalists, and it shows all the celebrities where they've revealed their playlist. Maybe I'm crazy, but am I the only one that would take away from this? I'd be like, oh, this is something that people have in common.
Yeah.
It's something that like kind of brings people together. Like, even if we are very diametrically opposed, we actually have some similar interests. Like Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, also likes Beyonce. Run the World. She wants that song to be on her playlist. And I just would never be embarrassed by this. And Little Shabuzi, too, or Respect by Aretha Franklin. But I would have nothing that I was embarrassed of. I would be happy. And, well, basically, just so you know, the rejoins on this show would be my playlist. That's the music that I listen to, the music that I like, the things that I enjoy. And you shouldn't, no matter what yours is, ever be embarrassed. I had a friend named Jeff growing up. I'll leave his last name out because he might be embarrassed, but he shouldn't be. Jeff, you shouldn't be embarrassed.
Oh,
you shouldn't.
Jeff Lasagna.
You shouldn't. I can't tell you his last name now because it is a food thing. Have I said his last name before?
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
I have? Okay.
1,000 times.
All right. It's not, what is it? No, that's Jason Berger.
Oh.
No, yeah.
It's Jeff Hot Dog.
No, it's not Jeff Hot Dog. It was Jeff Bean. Hey, shouts out, Jeff Bean. if you're out there. And he, when he was 18 and I was 17, I think, he had his driver's license. And he had a Cavalier that he had souped up, a Chevy Cavalier.
Oh, I thought King Charles.
No, like the Chevy Cavalier put like a hood scoop on it and rims and all, and a speaker system and everything. And that dude loved boy bands. We would be driving around and he would be pumping 98 Degrees or the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. And he wasn't ashamed of it. You shouldn't be either. It's
They're
okay.
Catchy songs. So do me a favor and just, I say we all post our on repeats.
Mm-hmm.
A screenshot of our on repeat playlist.
I don't even know if I have one of those, but I would. I wouldn't be embarrassed at all. I'm not embarrassed to tell you, Sabrina, that recently I attended a concert by the world famous Baha Men. And I was singing along to Who Let the Dogs Out when that song came around. And you shouldn't be ashamed of this stuff.
You were also at a theme park.
I was still at a concert, still watching the band play, still enjoying a little Who Let the Dogs Out.
My top on repeats
other
is
hits.
Chicken Head with Project Pat and Rhythm Is Gonna Get You, Miami Sound Machine.
Oh, that's a
What
classic.
a juxt.
Yeah. There's nothing embarrassing about that. There's nothing embarrassing about any of these. But let us know if you would be mortified if people discovered something on your playlist. What is it? Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Quick break. When we come back, we got to get into that Alec Baldwin thing eventually here. We'll also see what's going on with these journalists battling against the Pentagon. They don't want to sign this paper. The Pentagon wants them to sign the paper. There may be like a press boycott or something. What's it all about? We'll get into all that eventually on the show. A lot to get to. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
On the major roadways this afternoon, traffic's pretty straightforward. You won't be running into any surprises affecting your ride. Just some familiar delays on I-4, still congestion through the city. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. Look out for crews on the roadway still clearing up that crash on John Young Parkway where it meets Tap Vineland Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
So studies have shown that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get. So if you already have a mortgage quote, and if you're wondering if it's any good, stop wondering and work with That Mortgage Guy Don. Compare your quote. It's so easy. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com, hit the button that says compare, upload your quote, and That Mortgage Guy Don will tell you if it's any good. Simple as that. And if it's not any good, he's going to help you find the good quote. Either way, just know you're working with someone who has your back. So start the process today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
The night before Halloween is known
Hello? That's me. That's me. I picture Sun State John listening to Teach Me How to Dougie. No. I picture Sun Street John listening to like In the Pines or some real old like, you know, bluesy song. That's what I pictured. Or some Blind Melon Jellin. Jeffrey, hello. No one should be embarrassed of their playlist. Listen to the music that makes you happy. Be yourself. Have your own opinions about food, about movies, about politics, about the world. Have your own opinions and don't be ashamed of them. Don't follow along with the cultural streams and let people socially pressure you into thinking a different way than you automatically think in your head. Fight the system. Listen to Umba. Damn the man, save the empire.
Must be for the customer. But at IDC, it's the opposite. At IDC, we don't have a manual telling our people how to deal with customers. We give our associates the freedom to make a decision and help the customer make the right decision. We empower our
God bless.
people to take care of those customers.
Every Time We Touch by Cascada should be the last song on Today I Learned. It is catchy. It is a bit of a bang.
Attention and respect you deserve. Not from clerks, but from true professionals. We want them to take care of you, protect you, and
Blind Melon Chitlin.
you could possibly have. International
Bro,
your refuge.
Blind Melon Jellin. If you don't know what that is, I don't know. Have you never watched a Cheech and Chong movie in your life? Have you never seen Up in Smoke? Blind Melon Jellin? Now I'm the old guy.
Wells Fargo is right behind you. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Be unique just like everyone else? No.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Eustace Roofing. No question, Halloween is scary.
Silly Goose says, unrelated, but I just passed my FAA check ride and I'm Florida's newest commercial pilot. I wanted to tell someone. Silly Goose, congratulations! Shouts out to Silly Goose for passing the FAA check ride. I knew you could do it. I'll tell you what, chat said you couldn't, but I knew you could do it. 2 minutes and we're back live.
Hillbilly Heist, my new true crime podcast, the true story of the almost perfect crime and the Nimrods who almost pulled it off. It's kind of like the perfect storm in a sewer.
I listen to Eminem in Linkin Park every time I go through a breakup.
Listen to all episodes of Crimeless, Hillbilly
Sean hates Twitch chatters? No, I do not. You know I don't. I was going to say a Twitch chatter could be chatter of the day today, but I can't guarantee that I will bestow that kind of honor on anybody ahead of time. On anybody. By the way, to the person reminding me yesterday why somebody was banned, thank you. Thank you for the email. Thank you for the info. I appreciate you. To all the people that fight for me in chat, I appreciate you. Keep doing it. All right, here we go. Coming back. Oh, man. My finger is killing me.
In an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. W-I-N. That's win. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This.
For all the right reasons. Hey there, welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the News Junkie radio show, live stream, and podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. Couple of things. One, When you hear that keyword, make sure you are participating on this station. When the keyword blasts out to you like that, do what it says, and you could be $1,000 richer. We've had people listening to this show, paying attention to the keywords here on iHeartRadio, and the next thing you know, bam, you got some money in your pocket. Hell yeah, that is awesome. So best of luck to everybody out there. Also, Courtney popped into the studio during the break and
nice
said
lady.
The Andrew Yang thing, that this was this politician that we were talking about, where people were being made fun of and sort of mocked for their playlist that supposedly leaked in this hack. And we mentioned Andrew Yang, who was this politician who was like a tech guy trying to run as a centrist and bring people together. And in an interview, they asked him, hey, who's your favorite artist? And he just gave like the cheesiest answer to it. It was actually, he said Jay-Z. And then they were like, what was the Jay-Z song? What's your favorite Jay-Z song? And he said, the one with Linkin Park. I was like, you pick Jay-Z and then that's the song that you pick as your favorite one. And maybe it was N-Words in Paris that was his favorite and he really wanted to back off of that because it is a great song. It is. It's a very, very good song. But no, as he said, Jay-Z, Linkin Park was his favorite track.
That reminds me of the movie where not Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill meets his black girlfriend's family, and Eddie Murphy's the dad. And he's like very, very overbearing. He's like, oh, really? You like Jay-Z? Oh, you like this song? Oh, yeah. What's the song called?
Just trying to get him to say it.
He's like, yeah, it's just, it's not a title you should really say, it's about nice people in Paris or something. It was funny.
Yeah, I did not see that. I know what you're talking about. I did see of it, but then never watched it, never got around to it. We're still in the mode of watching all of these Halloween movies, and I got to tell you, we had never seen it. And last night, Courtney goes, oh, I got one for us. And she watched, we put on the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003 or something.
And Arlie Ermy is in that one, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was it remake or like just another, was it like a sequel? Like where they go to buy this?
I've never seen the original. So I don't know if it was like shot for shot remake or if it was just like another one in the series of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Was like the boyfriend trying to buy the property? That one? Oh, okay.
No.
So I saw the sequel.
No, it was what's her name? Jessica Alba is in it.
Yeah.
And it was released right at that time in the early 2000s where
Alba or Beale?
Oh, maybe it was Beale. It was Beale. Jessica Biel is the star in it. And it was at that time right around early 2000s where she was wearing like tight jeans and midriff exposed and like a tight thing around her boobs.
Now I feel like you're thinking Alba. Honey?
No, I'm pretty sure that I think C-Lane's right. I think that's who it was, but we could check. And that is one of the most gruesome movies I've seen in an incredibly long time. That
More
was one
gruesome
of the,
than Bring Her Back? Bring them back? Or
different. Home? It's just different than that. It's way more like about this creepy guy chasing them all down and hacking people with chainsaws, as you can imagine.
We got Beale. Confirmation on Beale.
Thank you.
Beale.
Points.
Yeah, Jessica Biel, it was. Didn't you just say Alba?
You said Alba.
I said Alba initially, and then you corrected me with Beale, and then we went back to Alba.
You did
but we're landing on Beale.
describe Alba and the cover of Honey, that dance.
Oh, yeah. Well, they did that. Every movie was like that back in the early 2000s for at least a little while.
What happened to this country?
I don't know. Those were the good old days. We can hear from you. You can tell us whatever's on your mind, whatever you're thinking. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody responding to the family with 22 kids. Mike says, so 22 kids, that was one woman? When she wore shorts, you'd hear whistling when the wind blows. He says, the last baby born out strolled out swinging a cane, channeling Stewie Griffin. Okay, thank you. So you see, you can send anything you want, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Brian emails and says, hey, Sean, I'm a podcaster, so I'm always late. Anyways, I've been a lifelong Rush fan. Well, if that's in your playlist, you certainly shouldn't be ashamed about it. You should not be ashamed either. He says, I've been a lifelong Rush fan and a drummer. Neil Peart has always been a major influence in my playing. From what I've heard and seen, Anika Niles is insanely talented and will most likely be true to form. This is the new drummer, I guess, that they're touring with. That being said, it is?
Yeah.
That being said, the first time I saw Rush was 30 years ago, and you and I are the same age. Tickets were about $70. I saw them on what was their final tour, and the tickets for literally the very top row, stage left, and I mean stage left, where you couldn't have anybody behind you at the Amalie Arena in Tampa, were $200. That was 30 years ago. So for people making an issue about it, they've never actually been to a Rush show. It's pricey, and they always sell out. Anyways, just wanted to throw it out there. Keep up the work, says Brian. Thank you for the email. And then a lot of people responding this morning with this story, and it's far too frequent that we've been seeing these, honestly, about all of these schools that are facing bomb threats. And I guess this morning there was over 40 schools that were
in one morning.
Yeah, I guess. You remember the last time when somebody mailed us the threat that was going out to all these colleges and stuff?
Yes.
It's like a mass one, and I guess they did it again. And in this case, somebody sends the email that they're getting from the school. Let me see if I can. Okay. It says, "Good morning, Lake County schools families. Late last night, 40 Florida, in this case, Florida school districts. This may have been in other states too. But 40 Florida school districts, including Lake, received an anonymous bomb threat that appears to be part of a hoax that's intended to solicit money. The FDLE is investigating, but officers do not consider the threats to be credible. Local law enforcement officers are aware and will work with us today, as they always do, to help keep our campuses safe. We appreciate their partnership and your continued support of Lake County schools," they said. So they were among 40 schools that got these threats. This emailer sending out what the parents were getting, in this case, in Lake County, Florida. But we've seen a lot of this. I continue to stand by. Something can be changed here. We can fix this. There's a way to make life better and have better outcomes for everybody. We need the telecom companies, the telecommunications bigwigs. We need them to come together and agree on two things. Number one, burner phones are no more a thing. You have to register some sort of name with a device that you purchase, okay? You have to show identification, and you have to have some sort of connection to the SIM card that you're purchasing. No more of this anonymous SIM card type things. They're going to make the worst of worst arguments for why this should still be a thing, like battered wives need to be,
There's no way to stop that, though, Sean. I mean, it's not even a burner phone. You could buy SIM cards.
That's what I'm saying. But of course there's a way to stop it. Yeah, all you have to do is say to the people, the companies who sell these SIM cards, you need to collect the information on the people who purchase this. And when something happens with one of the SIM cards that you're selling, we're going to bring it back to you every single time. They just did this. I don't know if the governor of California actually signed off on it. It'll be a good test of where he's at, because this is an obvious win and something you should sign. They decided finally, after getting tired of all these hobos and drug addicts in California stealing copper wire out of all the housing and out of public utilities and stuff, and then taking that copper wire that they steal and bringing it to the same 3 or 4 recycling companies that pay off the hobos and the drug addicts. They don't care. They're making money off this giant criminal enterprise, just like the people who buy the catalytic converters that they know are stolen, right? And so California said, nope, we're not going to do it anymore unless the governor didn't sign this. Let's see if the governor signed this thing that I'm talking about copper wire in California. But they had an opportunity here, at least, to say, we're going to force all these recyclers to take down these important details, and they will be responsible for all of the copper wire that comes in. In the same way, the telecom companies should be responsible for anybody who has a SIM card or a number. And then if bomb threats or phishing attempts or all these other things are done, they should be held liable as well. We shouldn't be able to spoof caller ID. That should be something that they lock in place that's secure, like HTTPS or something, where you can't fake a domain anymore, and make it so you can't spoof caller ID or just use anybody's phone number to call in these attacks. It's just, between this and the what's it called, SWAT, like the swatting events and stuff, it's just, we don't need to deal with this. We don't need to put up with this.
Looks like Newsom did sign this bill to stem copper wire theft that's shutting LA's lights off, according to LAist.
Good for him. I don't always agree with Newsom. In fact, I disagree with him a lot, but I agree with that 100%. That's a smart move. And when these people are doing this, you need to arrest them. Sometimes we were like, well, and then we just deal with like 5 criminal actors that want to make life miserable for millions of Americans. No more. All right? No more. I don't even know if I have no more anymore. That's
wow. That's a deep cut.
Yeah, true irony.
No more.
Oh, I do have.
That guy is so dead.
It's for some old guy in a news report. He was like, I was putting up with it. I was dealing with everything. No more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
All right. There you go. Thank you for the emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Thankfully, everything is safe at those schools, at least for now. What do you think about all this? Tell us. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll save the Alec Baldwin thing for a bit later here on the show. We got an update about something that's happening in the world of AI, which should rock you to your core. Will it? I don't know, but we'll talk about it as we always do, because this one's going viral, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
There's a look that he has that's that F-boy look, and
What's an F-boy?
the F stands for F.
Oh, so would Ryan be an F-boy?
No.
Oh, how about me? Am I an F-boy?
No. Yeah, the F
okay, you didn't say it so quick, Angelique. But,
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You might run into some slowdowns heading over St. John's River Bridge, I-4 eastbound before Dirksen Drive. We got some scattered showers in the area. That might be slowing things down. Expect reduced visibility and slippery roadways in some areas. On most of the major roadways, traffic's wide open. There's no surprises really affecting your ride. See traffic.
Hello.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of Nancy Kelsey with Betsy Ross, California. You won't want to miss the next episode.
Hey, did you guys hear about this?
American Story.
This monster? I almost just cursed. I don't want to curse right now. Oh, yes? Oh, I did. Didn't I? No. Oh.
Also, I'm not trying to be super corrective today.
But you are.
It wasn't Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy. It's Jonah Hill and Ice Cube, and it's 22 Jump Street.
What is?
Where Jonah Hill says the rap song, and he's dating
Ice
Cube's daughter.
No. He's talking about the other one where it's Jonah Hill and the dad is black, and it's like the whole thing's about Jonah Hill being white with the black family. We never watched it.
Okay, because that also happens in 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, I think
he's going to college with Ice Cube's daughter.
But he was talking specifically about the other one.
Okay, never mind.
So your correction was wrong.
It was wrong. I'm sorry.
Say, I'm sorry, Master Sean.
No, because you're not my master.
I'm sorry, King Sean, the great king of the world.
I mean, I was a queen.
Yes, queen, you're a queen. You're a queen. Guys, did you see this story about this woman who's an absolute monster, total monster, out of Pinellas Park, Florida? That's in the Tampa area. And apparently this woman, brace yourself, was utilizing her 11-year-old daughter.
What do you think? No, you're not.
I mean, I can only tell so much by the photo, but I think it looks good, right?
I think so.
Okay.
And for $50.
That's
way
perfect.
different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have to pick it up or whatever, but that's perfect.
All right.
$125.
I'll get more info and hopefully locked it in by this afternoon.
Okay, good. That sounds great. Thank you.
Check that off the list.
Okay. Sorry. This woman in Pinellas Park was making abusive, terrible, the worst kind of videos you can think with her 11-year-old daughter, right? Obviously, she's hit on like child abuse, child sexual abuse content charges, and all of these different things. Her 11-year-old daughter was having her interact with men and doing all the things you might imagine in your worst nightmares. Here's the reason I ask you this. They're going after this woman for the first time with the death penalty. Nobody murdered. Nobody physically injured. Although the mental injuries, you can argue, are much worse than many physical injuries. But the mother prostituting her 11-year-old daughter out like that for content that was sold online, the death penalty. And I mean, you know how I feel about the death penalty, I'm sure, at this point in time. But if you want to utilize the death penalty as a way to change other terrible people's behavior, I can't think of a group that I care less about defending. You know what I mean? I wish they do this more for sex crimes. I think most people probably agree, right? I think most people would agree. Like, sex crimes like this, involving children, your children, for God's sake, should at the very least be like life imprisonment and or the death penalty. I think that it's such an egregious crime that these kids will struggle with for the rest of their lives that it really should be treated like murder. I do believe that. I really do believe that. That's an overreach, says Angel. Just put her in General Pop and let her get Ian Watkins. Doesn't happen very much in women's facilities. Does not happen. I don't see a problem with the death penalty, says Zach. I'm okay with it. No death penalty means they'll die with a nice meal and journalists documenting their last words. Yeah, I mean, I'm of the same mind. I think rotting in a cell is bad. I think, like, what was it, the Mississippi Experiment, whatever the new documentary is, where they're begging for better conditions. No, give them just the bare minimum in prison. Give them a room, keep it clean enough, and make it miserable and make them live every single day in that misery. But I have no problem with those types of abhorrent crimes being treated like murder. I don't. I have no problem with that. All right, we're coming back.
Your brain. I'm David Eagleman, and this season on Inner Cosmos, we'll uncover how politics, AI, and the future of our species all emerge from our brains. Why does time stretch? Why does nostalgia ache? How do memory glitches, culture, and technology shape who we are? If you're ready to discover more about yourself and understand the world around you, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Inner Cosmos, and listen now.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
With us, it's going to be much better over here than it is with those same 3 songs over and over and over. And you're welcome in. Grab a seat. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Just talking during the break a little bit about this story, and I don't know that this has ever been done before. I don't know that this has ever been done before. There was a woman in Pinellas County, and I'll spare you a bunch of the details because they're just really, really bad. Suffice to say, if I'm not interested in repeating them here, that's how bad they are. But this woman in Pinellas County, which is near Tampa, well, which I think Tampa might be in Pinellas County, actually. I'm not positive about that. Celia, maybe you could check. But Pinellas County woman has been arrested on child sexual abuse charges and capital sexual battery charges.
Tampa's Hillsborough, but there might be some Pinellas in there, too.
It's the Tampa
very close
area.
To each other, yeah.
Like Tampa, St. Pete, that area, if you're familiar. They said this woman who has been charged forced her 11-year-old daughter to perform sex acts on video. Jesus. And here's the kicker. I don't believe they've ever done this before, but they're going for the death penalty on this lady.
Whoa.
They're going for
really?
The death penalty, yeah, which is kind of interesting because, traditionally we as a society, we say eye for an eye. You heard this, obviously. It goes back to biblical times. And Hammurabi, was that Hammurabi, eye for an eye? I don't know. I might be getting that wrong. I'm going way out of my depth on that. But the whole eye for an eye idea is obviously that if somebody takes something from you, you take something from them. And somebody steals from you, maybe even cut their hand off, and these sorts of punishments. And Americans have a bloodlust. They do. We absolutely do. We want to see revenge. We want to see people get even. We don't care necessarily when people die if we think that they absolutely deserve it. And you can see that in all sorts of ways in different news stories. But traditionally, we've said if somebody kills a person, then it's okay to take their life, right? That's just like an American stance, a legal stance, et cetera, et cetera. Not that I agree with it. It's just the way that we've been. And in this case, you have somebody who did not kill anybody, and I'll be careful on this, but didn't physically harm anybody. Now, did they mentally harm them? Yes, in the worst way that I could imagine. They have mentally harmed this person. And real life harm, not like this therapy speak that people will toss around, like the real deal. And I think most people will probably be okay with it. I think people will hear, what did she do? So this woman didn't kill anybody, but she's going to be possibly put to death. And then you tell that person what this woman's crime was, what she did to her 11-year-old child. I think most Americans will say, yeah.
Anyone that is, I don't know. We don't know the details, obviously, or you haven't yet to share them. But anyone accused of a sexual crime of this nature ever been put to death before?
I don't
this will
believe
be the first
so.
in the state.
Yeah, I believe this is
history of the U.S.
Yeah, it's from a new law. I believe it says the acts constitute sexual battery. The mother's crimes are capital offenses punishable by death, says the sheriff. They're trying to see who the mom sent all this stuff to, and there's a man, that 38-year-old man, who's behind bars as a result of this. And now they're saying that the punishment for the mom should be that she gets the death penalty. And that's what they're going for.
What did a 38-year-old man get charged with?
38-year-old man, they have not named, and they said that he has been charged with obtaining and viewing child sexual content.
Okay, so he was like the recipient of these videos.
Yes, and meeting with young children to engage in sexual activity. So, I don't know. People will probably be okay with him being put to death, too. I think Americans are fine with this. If you're not, let us know. Let us know. Send it a dispatch or an email. But I think most Americans, of all of the types of people that Americans look down on, at the very, very, very bottom of that is these sexual deviants that go after kids. No one cares what happens to them. If I'm honest with you, and I don't mean to ruffle feathers here, but there's probably a lot of super unconstitutional stuff that happens to sex offenders. Literally. If you talk to anybody who knows a lot about law, there are probably very statewide and federal things that happen to sexual predators that are unconstitutional, that probably should be overturned. But guess what? No one cares. They are the lowest among us, and people don't care. It's like the story of the dad who popped in the room, and some man was abusing his child.
Right.
And this dad beat this guy. Yeah, he beat this man and then beat him some more, took a break, had a Lunchable, and beat him some more. And it was very apparent. And guess who cared? No one, all right? No one. No one cared because of the situation. Just like the guy from the Lost Prophets, the band from the early 2000s that we talked about, Ian Watkins, who was just killed by some fellow inmates. Everyone yawned. That's the reaction, because people are like, sometimes we think that's what you deserve. Sometimes you get what you deserve, right? Or you get what you need if you're going to go in song form. But let us know what you think of that. I would guess most of you are probably on board, but do send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's work in a couple of these. Let's see. Here we go. Here's TD with a dispatch for us about these playlists that a hacker has released to try to shame people online.
Oh my gosh, you guys remember this conversation back when we were talking about the kids wearing like band t-shirts and someone saying like, hey, name 3 songs or whatever. I got into the biggest fight with my best friend of our lives over this stupid topic because she said how much she liked Tom Petty as a part of a regular conversation. And I called her out and I was like, name 3 songs.
Uh-oh.
She named 1, maybe 2, and just lost it. And we didn't talk for a week. It was awful. I embarrassed her. It was so bad. I feel like such a jerk. What a dick thing to do. Anyways, talk to you soon. Bye.
TD, yeah, I remember that. I remember talking about that because I thought it was like ambushing somebody like that is not fantastic. And most of it was just rando public stuff. Like you're walking along and you see a teenage girl with a Nirvana shirt or a Slipknot shirt or a Slayer shirt. And you're like, huh? Do you even know Slayer? Name 3 songs. You're like,
I couldn't name 3 songs of bands that I could recite every single lyric to said song. I'm not a song title guy.
Yeah. That happens a lot too. I think a lot of times in conversations, one of the most important things when communicating and talking with people is establishing what you think words mean and what people think about words and saying like, what does this mean to you? What does this mean? Agreeing on terminology and like hashing things out and talking about things. But in the world of like just ambushing somebody and going, name 3 Metallica songs. Like,
name 3 Fall Out Boy songs. Do you have 45 minutes?
I could. I'm. That's one of the few bands that I probably could.
Yeah, but then they also do that emo thing where it was like the boy who blocked his own shop, but then all of a sudden his mom said, you have to go to the family reunion, but a lamb showed up.
I think with Fall Out Boy,
our lawyer begged us to rename this song is one of them, I think. Yeah,
you don't know all of it. You're a phony.
I think with Fall Out Boy, I would probably get a couple right and then accidentally name a Panic at the Disco song.
It's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities there. All right, let's do another one. Here's Musical Matt talking about me, I guess.
Hey, junkies. Happy Wednesday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want to let Sean off the hook as a Disney adult because recently he called the Tomorrowland Transit the people mover.
Oh, is that
which
wrong?
Means Sean's an OG. See, Elaine, you're the best.
Oh, is it
Love
right?
you, Jackson. Sabrina, my girl. Josh, thanks for always filling in. Missy Fritz. All right, everybody have a great weekend.
They almost started playing the music on you, friend.
We're supposed to pass along those messages.
They started pulling the microphone down and lowering the amount of donations going to the charity at the end of that dispatch, Musical Matt. But thank you nonetheless.
0 music involved. Interesting.
Maybe one more. This is, let's see.
Story of a girl.
Somebody talking about, you know what? I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this for later because it'll make more sense in context of another story. We'll hold on to that. We'll see what you think. We will work in a couple of emails while we have a moment. Andrew emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. He says, Junkies, I lived in Gainesville.
Cool.
And about 15 years ago, I took an old rusty steel filing cabinet to the local metal recycler. They required I filled out a short form with my driver's license for a stupid old cabinet. But they said it was because of copper and other metal theft. They were required to keep track of all of this. Also, surprisingly, I got $10 or more for the stupid filing cabinet I gave them. And on the shame issue, you got to love Japan's society. We definitely need more shame in our country when it comes to poor behavior. Adam Carolla has been yelling about this for decades. I bet they don't have a ton of copper wires being ripped out of the buildings in Japan. Keep up the good work, as always, says Andrew. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I agree. I think Japanese culture is, in ways of civility, in ways of shame, even though I think they go too far in some circumstances, in ways of respect for your fellow person. I think Japanese culture is superior in all of those ways. You know, American culture has places where it exceeds and surpasses expectations. Fewer and fewer of them as the years go by. But we do miss that. Like, you can't go on public transit in the United States of America without having some lunatic or some really, really low IQ individual, like, trying to ruin the experience for everybody or making people feel uncomfortable. And that's not very common in Japan. And you don't see a lot of hobos in Japan. And you don't see a lot of, like, mentally ill people roaming the street in Japan. And much of that goes back to that same shame factor. I think theirs is turned up maybe a little too high where sometimes these people, when they get shamed about something, even if it seems trivial, will even take their own lives because of the level of shame, and that's bad. But some level of shame is very good, is very, very good. And we have lost that, especially among lower IQ individuals who roam the very same streets
How
that
do
you
you
and I
spell
do.
shame?
A lot of these people just real dumb. But you got to move on. You got to enjoy your life regardless, and you got to try to fix things that make life better for everybody else. And I think the laws about this sort of like stealing these copper wires and stuff, they do that. They fix that. I don't want you stealing my catalytic converter either. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Kevin Federline has very intense new claims about baby mama Britney. Completely unrelated, K-Fed has a new memoir out. How fun. Tron Ares bombed so bad that Disney is renaming the franchise Tron Daddies. Plus, thanks to Kim Kardashian, you can now achieve the ultimate bush. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real.
Skull mic activated. A Skull mic stream exclusive email. Give me your thoughts, chat. O emails. And O says, hey, junkies. Off topic, I know, but I'm already seeing and hearing Christmas commercials on 104.1 and YouTube. Is anyone else really annoyed and frustrated about how blatant companies are about this? Like, I get it. You all are begging for our money, but at least wait until after Thanksgiving, please. Generally speaking, do you guys dislike that people rush Halloween and Christmas, or are you a fan of it? Do you dislike that people get ahead of it and it's like, oh my God, it's not even Halloween yet, settle down. We're doing this in September. We got Christmas decorations up in October. Or do you like that we have turned the last quarter of the year into Halloween-mas? I love Christmas, but I'm feeling spooky this year. I don't let corporations decide for me. True. I decorate for every holiday, so I'm all for early decorating. No Christmas till after Halloween, says Crazy Drunk Cat Lady. She's laying down the line and the law. I dislike the fact that they overlook Thanksgiving Day. I want a big turkey in my yard, a 12-foot one. Well, do it. I hate listening to Christmas music before September. Yikes. PF says, few homeless in Japan because the mentally ill are institutionalized much more than here in the U.S. Yes and no. From what I know about the history of institutionalization in Japan, which is, granted, not a giant amount of stuff, but I do research a lot of this stuff. From what I know about Japan, it's sort of two-pronged, the reason why you don't see a lot of homeless people in their culture. One is the cultural issue of shame and family, and if there is somebody who has mental issues, if there is somebody who is financially destitute, their family members often pull them in, and the reason you don't see them on the streets is because the family members are housing them, which used to be the case across much of the world. But for several reasons, that's not really the structure anymore. The second part is more common institutionalization in Japan. So it's really a two-pronged thing like that. That leads to streets that are cleaner, streets that are safer, less violent people in public, less mentally ill people in public, less hobos in public, and I think a better outcome for the citizens of Japan. We should learn from it.
Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
1 minute, we're coming back. Doesn't Japan have a huge problem with upskirting and men groping women on public transit? I don't know if I can take that from the videos I've seen. I have seen videos, like I'm sure you have. I don't think culturally Japan has a problem with that anywhere on the level of what, say, India has. Because India has a huge problem with that. So I don't know how it compares. We're coming back for the next episode.
Today's not just any day, it's your
Here we go.
Deal days are extended now through October 18th. Easy Rewards members score up to 40% off more than
Use as directed.
Today's not just any day, it's your lucky day. Staples Easy Deal Days are extended now through October 18th. Easy Rewards members score up to 40% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Head to your local Staples store or visit staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
halfway done. For those of you who the show ends here for you on affiliates, remember, you can always listen to everything we got for you every single day over on YouTube or the podcast, which is on iHeartRadio. You can get the links at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, friends, we do appreciate all of your feedback during the show. You're a big part of this show, as is everybody with a microphone right now. It turns out you have one yourself. It's just in the palm of your hand. So if you have a thought, go record a video dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com to join us, or simply email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that on top. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Drums, man.
Drums, man.
It's the drums, man.
Yeah,
The drums. I recognize it right away, man.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's his website, and that's where you get the process started to cash right back in your pocket. How about just figuring out if you've got the best deal when it comes to a mortgage quote? Maybe you got a business or you're trying to expand that bad boy, buy a franchise. When it comes to anything to do with mortgages, That Mortgage Guy Don is your guy. So start the process today with an expert and a friend that you can trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 16 years ago. Time do be a flying. And I'm going to quickly, Sean, just a heads up, lift curtain. I'm going to send you a video. Be sure to note the time stamp.
Gotcha. All righty.
It was 16 years ago, 2009, that this hoax took over the country. Thank you, C-Lane.
It's a planet's better
Balloon Boy.
It didn't do Balloon very good.
Balloon Boy.
No, this
It
was crazy,
on this
though.
day. And if you go back to that 1:30 mark, correct
Okay.
me if I'm wrong, is this not Balloon Boy himself?
Yeah.
Like he's now in a metal band?
That's him. Oh, hardcore. Look at these guys.
Yep, it was in 2009 that Richard and Miami Heen claimed their 6-year-old son, Falcon, was trapped in a balloon, as the AI song had said, 7,000 feet above the ground. Turns out it was not the case. And since then, Richard, at the very least, has gone from that to selling Bear Scratch,
Mm-hmm.
which was a delicious spray you could have. have on your body? I feel like we've talked about this before.
I vaguely remember this. I always remember the balloon boy dad because on one hand, I always kind of looked at him like a great dad and a bad dad at the same time.
Yeah,
because I love the idea of fathers pulling their kids away from TV and like working on all these fun little science
Let's get
projects.
You in that balloon, huh?
Like all the rest of the stuff, minus the bad stuff, he was on the right path. He wanted to be a hands-on, fun science dad, and then
dad. You could have done the science dadding without having the entire country think that your child was up 7,000 feet in the air in a balloon. But he did go from science dad to the bear scratch, whatever the hell that was, to also creating a new superhero called Aluminum Man.
Sounds like a real winner.
Yep.
Aluminum Man.
So there you have it.
What's his great superpower?
Preserving food.
It's so exciting.
You could put it in the oven for like 20 minutes and it's not that hot.
Damn.
Unlike a regular pizza pan.
Wow.
Aluminum Man. Now let's go to another superhero. They may not be wearing capes, but they may be wearing fake pubic hair.
I'm listening.
I've seen pubic hair. I've seen pubic hair.
Thanks to Kim Kardashian, you can now achieve the ultimate bush. Her Skims brand just released a line of micro string thongs. Now, I'm not trying to show my age, but I always thought the point of thongs was that it was micro to begin with. It was the micro underwear.
Yeah, honestly, some of the thongs I've seen over the years, I didn't think you could get any smaller, but perhaps they have.
Let's go ahead, pull up a picture if we can. Micro string thongs.
Can we?
That have, it's all fake. It's faux pubic hair.
String thongs? I'm searching it. This is going to be bad for my history.
From Skims, please.
Okay.
There's 12 to choose from. Shades of brown, blonde, black, red, curly, or straight pubic hair if you'd like.
All right, the thing that I see doesn't have hair on it. Is the hair an option?
It says, Skim, it's micro string thongs with fake pubic hair, or, faux, F-A-U-X.
On the one that I'm looking at, it shows like everything but. It doesn't show any.
Because it's sold out already.
Oh, wow. Holy cow.
$32 each, and there's a wait list, so you guys, Celia and Sean, you better get on it.
32 seems cheap for a Kim Kardashian endorsement here.
Yeah, they're every single kind is sold out. All the different types of hairs.
I don't understand that, so why not just grow your own hair out?
I don't know.
Maybe isn't it a Melvin when you do the fake pubic hair?
No, Merkin.
Yeah. What's the Melvin?
This is a world that, like, I don't know if I've ever heard a guy asking for this. I think this is like for women, by women, sold to women, but no guy that I know was like,
that just doesn't seem very kempt.
No, it's like, it looks like carpet. It looks like fuzzy, long carpets.
Now, mind you, I don't think that there should be anyone asking for someone in their 30s or 40s to have what looks to be zero pubic hair, which is much like someone who is not in their 30s or 40s. But, I mean, you do you, bro.
I am going to post this up on See It Now, so everybody
Thank
can take
you
a
so
look.
much.
All right, check it out.
Some Instagram comments. Very Ed Gein of you, Kim. Someone, please tell me why these are out of stock. Who is buying them? Kimberly, please show me the market research. Who asked for this? And seriously, who asked for this? Chewbacca.
Did you see, you may have this, I'm not trying to interrupt if you did, but did you see the revelation she had about Kanye West and like her problems in their relationship?
During the documentary?
I don't know if it's in something that she's involved in now, but the story that I saw, and apologies if you have this and I'm stealing it, but was that Kim Kardashian complains that in the middle of her troubling relationship with Kanye West, he used to get angry and give away their Lamborghinis.
God damn it. I mean, that's a real problem in America.
I was like, this is one of those things you're not going to get a lot of sympathy for, you know? People are like, oh, really?
He gave
But then
away
again,
the Lamborghinis.
You better behave, Sean, or Courtney's going to give away all that sweet studio stuff.
Please don't.
Or you could just be like K-Fed, who, for some reason, out of nowhere, how long has it been, my dude, has a new memoir out. And crazy, wild, never heard of before revelations of Miss Britney Spears. He claims in the new memoir that Britney used...
You thought you knew? Is that the one?
Yeah, you thought you knew.
I see it here.
It drops next Tuesday, so I don't know if there's a wait list for that. If you want to spend your money on the K-Fed memoir or the pubic hair skim microthong, I'm not going to make any decisions for you.
It's a short book, I'll have you know. It's only 176 pages, so he didn't have too much to say.
And all about Britney, I imagine?
It says, Kevin Federline, dancer father, accidental pop culture icon. His star rose electrifying stages alongside Pink, Destiny's Child, Bobbity Bobbity Boobity. From the heights of global stardom to the pain of public ridicule.
No one remembers you dancing, K-Fed.
Peels back the layers of celebrity, fatherhood, and survival to reveal the man behind the mythology.
That's what I say to that.
There you go.
He claims Britney Spears used to watch their son sleep while holding a knife.
That's weird.
He also thinks,
indeed a bizarre thing.
Yeah, the situation with Britney is, quote, racing towards something irreversible, end quote.
Racing towards it?
Yep. It's a race.
Right.
But I guess you won't know what the finish line is until you buy that book. We also have a petition, and get your signatures in real quick. They're going to try to just straight up replace, if you're not signed up for the All-American halftime show by Turning Point, they just want to replace Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl halftime show altogether. And from what I understand, the NFL typically listens to change.org.
Oh, change.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. You can join us on the show. It's quite easy for you to do. Honest to God, all you have to do is send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. If you send one, it will be on the radio. Maybe not. And you can also send an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we're just getting started here. We got to get into the weird twist in that Alec Baldwin story, a story about AI that's pretty wild, and huge updates and jury duty on the way. A lot of stuff to squeak into the show. But when we come back, we'll first hit on this, because a man is having a battle over his man cave in 2025. Still doing that. We'll see what this guy's battle is all about, and maybe you agree with him. Maybe not. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks are in the Motor City to take on the Kings of the North Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
2 right lanes are blocked on State Road 408 westbound before I-4. Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder, slowing things down on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Oakland Exchange. An earlier accident's getting cleared up on Alafaya Trail at Palm Valley. We got some scattered showers in the area. The roadways are wet out there, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline.
Hello? Florida West Volusia Emergency in DeLand.
Howdy.
Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com.
Howdy, partner.
This emergency department is part of HCA Florida.
Sorry you guys got copyright nuked for a second.
Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Bad Bunny songs are going to get you every time. And if a copyrighted song plays for more than 7 seconds on the stream, I'm going to hit the mute every time. I don't know why, but every once in a blue moon, the copyright thing hangs. And so I have to go in there and manually swap it. Sorry. Cool story, bro. Tell it again. Rock Jr. 2 getting banned for 24 hours on YouTube. You muted us forever? Guys, I can't see all of your comments, so I don't know necessarily if you've gotten stuck in a mute loop. Do you think I want you to be stuck in a mute loop? Do you think I want there to be a mute loop to begin with? No, of course I don't want this. But I also don't want copyright strikes on the YouTube channel. It's important. Ban him immediately? He's already been banned. He's been banned. All right, Sean, more important things than YouTube being YouTube. Will Judsons be decorated for Halloween or just their normal? That is a great question. I will reach out to them this week and see if they're doing anything for like Halloween to decorate. I don't know how they will be about that. And here's why. They have like other gigs all the time. So I don't know if they would want to like do up Halloween if another event doesn't want Halloween stuff. So it may be just like traditional design in there, but we'll probably toss in a spooky thing or two here and there. And I was working on, we've got an exclusive Just Call Mo X The News Junkie magnet that is going to be for specifically and only everybody who's showing up at the roast. I'm working on a couple of other exclusive merch items that will be only available for you that you'll get as a result of your ticket. We might sell a very small amount, like maybe like 30 or 40 or 50 tops, shirts for some event-specific merch. But we're going to have a bunch of stuff. There'll be stuff that you get as a result of your ticket. There'll be other stuff on offer. We'll have some spooky drink offerings. I'll ask about the decorations though.
Colorful costume characters on select dates now through November 2nd. Go from real to unreal at SeaWorld. Get our best benefits ever with annual passes for as low as $4.
Would they let you temporarily decorate for the roast? I'll have to ask. But I can get the answer to that this week.
Yeah, thanks for checking. I love the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver? About 3 years.
The nature of the clips need to be 7 seconds or less. You won't get struck. That destroys the show, dead air, a whole segment. Well, I will refund you everything that you paid for that segment, weed consumer, all right? I'll refund you for every single thing that you paid for that segment. How many times have we been stuck in a copyright loop in the past, say, month? Once? Right? Is there a chance that you're being a little bit ASCII here and that there was a small technical glitch that's been ironed out, that you're maybe exaggerating a little bit? Is that possible? Do we all get a Skims thong too? Buddy, I don't know what's going on with some of this stuff. There's a lot of things where women design fashion stuff for other women, or gay men design fashion stuff for women. And I'm like, are there other guys that are into this? I've never met one of these guys. And I've never met a woman that's like, yeah, I totally want to wear this. I don't know who the audience is. My guess is that what they do is they make these items as a viral promotional item. And they make a very small quantity of them, much like Goop makes some weird vibrator that's very expensive. Everybody in the media talks about these hair thongs. It gets them on the Skims website. People say, I don't want the hair thongs, but the regular thongs look nice, and they buy a product. Then they could say they sold out of the hair thongs, generating another round of viral stories, publicizing the actual stuff that they have, when the stock that they were keeping on these random mystery viral items was probably like 10 thongs. That's my guess. All right, we're coming back. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me shave that thong, baby, that hairy thong.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving.
Oh, the mic's still on?
Got it. But your immune system
Is the mic still on?
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Most viral newsroom. Make yourself at home. Here's where we talk about everything fun, interesting, crazy, and controversial happening on planet Earth each day. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Shouts out real quick to the guy who scared the hell out of me in my neighborhood yesterday. Shouts out, sir, to you. I was out on my walk. I got headphones in, AirPods and stuff. And I hear like some commotion behind me and some guy's running up on me from behind. And he's got like his hands in his pockets. And I'm like, this is it. I'm getting stabbed.
Did you take your headphones out? You're like, I'd rather die to this Miley Cyrus tune.
I was more worried about like shuddering in fear and how lame that would look. So I kept it cool. I thought the guy was going to stab me. I swear to God. Some of the emails that I get, I was like, well, finally somebody's making an attempt here. And the guy, he saunters up behind me. I think he stopped his car and got out. It's like, are you Sean Watson? And I swear to you, no lie, I almost said no. I was almost like, no, I don't know that guy.
I'm C-Lane. I'm Chris Lane.
I'll help you find him, though. He's a real, I'll get him, too. Super nice guy. I took a photo with him and went on my way. But, sir, I almost did crap my pants. You surprised me very much coming up behind me.
Was he, doing a walk as well, or just...
No, I think he was driving. Driving through the neighborhood and stopped his car and got out. And I see somebody stop their car, get out, and start beelining for me. They're like, Sean Watson? Are you Sean Watson? I'm like...
You've been served.
Yes. And then I put my hand on my pocket and I realized I forgot my pocket knife. I don't have a knife on me. I don't have anything. And he's got both of his hands down the front of his pants in his pockets. And I'm like, thank God the guy can't find the knife to stab me with right now. It's going to take, it's like I'm awkwardly waiting for my fate here. And then he pulls out his phone and he's like, can I take a photo with you? And I said, yes, of course, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
There you go. So when approaching Sean moving forward, just have your hands up.
If you could just say it's safe, everything's safe, and just approach with some level of caution, that'd be nice.
I'm really safe, but I'm running your way.
He scared me a little bit. It definitely caught me by surprise.
What did the one lady say? This isn't loud.
Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you, and great selfie. It was a top-notch selfie that we took together. Let's talk about this guy who is fighting the man. He's fighting the authorities. He's in Brevard County, and he says that he's been ordered to stop building his backyard man cave, to which I say I haven't seen the word man cave in a while. I didn't know people were still doing the whole man cave thing. As an adult, I've learned that you only really need so many rooms in your house because there's only so many options for rooms. Here are the options. Put a child in the room, which is kind of the intention, right? Put an office in the room. Put a gym in the room. Put, I don't know, some other
litter
specialty.
Box and pee pads for tiny little Yorkies who can't seem to go pee outside.
You could do that. You could have a pet room. You could have a movie room. You could have all of these different things, but I don't need those things, and I don't need any more rooms. And I realize, I probably already have too much house now. But this guy wants more, and he has been building a man cave, he says, in his backyard. And from what I'm looking at, it looks like I guess you could just buy these online. He just bought a shipping container and dropped it in his backyard.
That's pretty cool.
And
people do some cool things with shipping containers.
I guess, let's see, maybe they'll give us a tour.
I'm your Indy-Atlantic community correspondent, James Sparvero.
Thanks, James.
For the first time in 2 years, I'm with Joe Traska, the homeowner who built this. Joe, for 2 years, we've been calling it...
Oh, they even show the sketch of the man cave, the Traska man cave.
Cool sketch.
He's got his cool place ready to go. You wouldn't know, Sabrina, okay? It's a guy thing. This is
I know.
Man cave.
I'm a she shedder.
Yeah, I guess so, right? I mean, I don't... What is a man cave? Is it going to have a bar inside of it? Is that what is required
No girls
here?
allowed.
No ladies to sign up at the entrance?
Man cave. You say it was supposed to be more like a pool house. That was the original plan?
Yeah, I wanted something off my pool to reuse recyclable materials and shipping containers, and it turned into a mess.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a mess that's ongoing, apparently, right? You probably never could have imagined the situation you got yourself.
The man cave interview has been solidified and locked down.
Yeah, it has.
Now we're getting into it, baby.
If this is any reflection of what's inside the man cave, you're in for a treat.
There's two things going on. One is he does have abundant landscaping around these shipping containers, but the shipping containers are 2 shipping containers tall. And I have to be honest with you, it's ugly. It's ugly.
It's not great looking. I think that with these shipping containers, those not watching, they've cut into it. They put a window and a door and one plant.
There's a first floor, which looks like just a regular shipping container. And there's a second floor, which has been kind of cut open. But the shipping container is pretty tall. right?
It sure is.
Two of them on top of each other. This is a pretty big monstrosity that you have built in your backyard.
So if you're going to guest house it, make a guest house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me see.
Why do we have to do this? How much money did you really save?
I don't know. I got to get a screenshot of this for See It Now. I'll put that up in a moment. Let's see
this is
if we
real.
can see
Becca's
it.
pool looks fake for some reason. I think
the whole thing looks AI,
It's
but let's
not
see. Do they go in
fake.
it?
They
Let's
have a
see.
basketball.
Appearing at county commission meetings.
I want my peace and I want my freedom to do what is legally right in my backyard.
The back and forth, the county claiming you violated code.
County code unambiguously prohibits the stacking of shipping containers.
You're still sticking to your stance that you say you did everything correctly, right?
Yeah, it took a couple $1,000s to get a permit. And after
Bro, that is a monstrosity in your backyard. All right,
For a
you could
couple
cover it up.
$1,000, you could have done something that looks a lot better.
No. That's for just the permits. He pulled the permits.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll tell you what. I would guess he's probably looking at like he might have spent like $50,000 on this thing, maybe more. You could buy these like shipping containers that have been retrofitted into bars, and maybe he did it himself here. But this is huge. Like this is a huge thing.
most of the people that do shipping container kind of work are DIYers. I think they want to build their own thing. I mean, unless you just have all kinds of shekels to just rain out, and you go, I want shipping. I want somebody to do all the work for me.
Yeah, I think that he might have done some custom work here, but this guy is now paying a fine every single day. Every single day this place is open. Do they go inside? That's all I really care about. I want to see.
Show us another angle while I'm back here. Give us a different look at it.
Oh, okay. Now we're going to the
go
rooftop.
up top and take a look up top. We can go up there.
I'll put this on See It Now in a moment.
Well, Joe, as I expected, since you haven't been able to work on this in 2 years, it's pretty barren here.
Yep. It's going to look really nice when it's done.
This is like the worst HGTV show ever.
I mean, put some background music, fam.
Felony man caves. So he says he was wronged. He's really upset about this. I'm grabbing the link right now. I think that what's happened here is this guy just went to building stuff a little bit too fast. Why don't you just take the second story off? If that's what they're telling you can't have. Just
Why did he give a tour of what's inside? And
They
then
might
I would be
have.
sold a little bit, but
I could hold on. I'll see. I was going to give up on it, but hold on. Man cave container. I'm posting it now so you can see this for yourself over on the newsjunkie.com. But maybe they do go inside. Maybe it's beautiful. Maybe it's like the most amazing man cave I've ever seen.
I'm your India land.
History of man caves.
Until someone really looks at the situation and sees that as a property owner, I was wronged. I asked permission. I got permission.
I think there's 4
Joe's making an
containers.
argument that the county code that reads you can't stack shipping containers applies.
Yeah, I don't think they even go inside. There's 4 shipping containers, and they're on top of each other. And if I was a neighbor, I'd probably be complaining too. I'm sorry, Joe. Joe, I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy yourself.
and now we're doing the interview post construction.
It's over.
Was it not?
No,
If
he's been on hold for 2 years. This is the I-4 eyesore of man caves.
Did he do it himself? Because I can imagine if it's not a crew of 8 people, that this would, one, take long, and you hear that saw up against metal 12 hours a day. Yeah, I'd complain too, I think.
Yeah, there's no way that there wasn't a lot of noise from this construction, and there's no way he did this alone because it's just too big. To get the shipping containers in is like a multi-person job. You know, they bring that on a truck, and you're going to have to bring that over and get it leveled out, and you put 2 of them side by side and then 2 other shipping containers on top of that. And then you're just like, it's no different than somebody just building some monstrosity in their backyard that everybody thinks is ugly, because that's probably what your neighbors think, buddy. I mean, I hate to say it.
Ugly.
Build a fun room inside or something, or you got to get the permits
Or put
beforehand.
some wood planks on the outside of it. I mean, it's very possible to make this look structurally, aesthetically pleasing, is it
Well,
not?
I would also worry if I was a neighbor. You got 2 shipping containers stacked on each other. We get another hurricane whipping through. I think, woo, that whole thing kind of becoming a giant issue, falling over would be a problem. But we'll see what you think about it. Send us a dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see. There's the government shutdown continues, just in case you were wondering. That is now in day 15, I believe.
You owe me $5.
I do, but technically I won the other bet, which evens us. Yeah, canceled us out on that. And now I don't know. Now that we've gone this far and everybody's sort of like claiming their ground, like Democrats don't want to end this whole government shutdown right now because they got these No Kings protests coming up and it kind of energizes their base to some extent. They're asking for more stuff and more funding and like pet projects that they have. And the Republicans seem willing to just continue on. I see people like Jimmy Kimmel, who sang during his show. And he keeps doing this stuff where I feel like it's just like very misleading stuff, sort of like the Charlie Kirk thing. But he was talking about the government shutdown. Here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Also happens to be Columbus/Indigenous Peoples Day, which is a federal holiday. Although with the government shutdown, every day now is a federal holiday.
He's back.
Day 13,
he's doing his
with
thing.
No end in sight. A majority of Americans blame Republicans for the shutdown. Republican leaders are still trying to blame Democrats for the shutdown, even though they control the House, the Senate, and the White House. So it'd be like Trump blaming January 6th on Joe Biden, which he actually did do yesterday.
All right, just to be clear, and I hear a lot of people saying this stuff, when you say that Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House, that's true. All of the Republicans in the House and the Senate have voted for this budget reconciliation bill to fund the government. 3 of the Democrats in the Senate have voted to keep this. But that keeps them away from the supermajority of 60 votes. It is not a lack of Republicans. They're all voting for it. Every one of them is voting for it. You can't have another Republican vote for it. So Jimmy Kimmel does this. It's like now just partisan stuff. Like this is what you would hear on MSNBC or something, saying they're still trying to blame Democrats, even though they control the House, Senate, and the White House. The argument you could make is, hey, the things that Democrats are pushing for are things that are so important that it's worth a government shutdown going on until the Republicans bend the knee and give these Democrats, who are the minority in the House and the Senate, what they want, even though there's no real reason for them to do so. It's just like, I don't know. I get a little frustrated hearing people do that. I don't like the amount of comfortable lying that is happening in the United States of America right now. The amount of brainwashed people, some of them in my email from time to time, who just get so wrapped up in this, and there's not enough people willing to tell them the truth out there. People with a million different reasons just to lie to you. On the other side of this, I guess, and we could speculate on this, President Trump says that there has been a wealthy donor who's offered to pay the salaries of the troops during the government shutdown. Here was this moment at the White House.
You have the money to pay the troops on October 15th. Okay. I
actually have a man who is a very wealthy person. You'll know that when I tell you this. Who called a donor, a great gentleman, and he said, if there's any money necessary, shortfall, for the paying of the troops, then I will pay it, meaning he will pay it.
All right. This donor said, I'll pay for the U.S. troops during the government shutdown if there's any problem.
Didn't we just find out that the Department of the Interior or the Department of Defense, War, whatever we want to call it today, is like one of the biggest employers ever?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When this came out, I go, that's a lot of money, even just for a month. Bring up AI or something, Celine, and figure out what it would cost to pay every U.S. troop for 1 month. All right, because that's what this person said they're going to do. And he said wealthy donor. He didn't say who it was. Maybe it's Elon Musk or something, because that's expensive.
Why wouldn't you say who it is?
I don't know. He said a wealthy donor called and offered to pay the U.S. troops during the shutdown. And I thought immediately, I was like, this has to be one of the richest people in the world.
This is insane.
Pay every single U.S. troop during a government shutdown for even 1 month would be expensive. But
you
how much is it?
You want to take a guess? I mean, I'm going off of AI overview Google, so we could dive deeper. But
my gut says like every person in the military to fund them for 1 month might be 50 to 100 million.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 10.5 billion.
Whoa.
13.6 billion and 19.5 billion.
For 1 month?
For 1 month. So they say based on salaries for various roles, a rough average could be between 10 to 15,000 per month per service member. Total active duty troops, U.S. military has approximately 1.36 million active duty.
That's a lot.
So with that many, 10,000 a month would be 13.6 billion.
Whoa, God, that's for 1 month.
And if we're doing $15,000 a month, that would be $20 billion.
$10 to $20 billion if you were paying for 1 month. If you're that donor and you threw that up and then you had to be on the hook for paying all these soldiers, by the way, they just said they'd pay whatever the shortfall was. So, maybe it's a little bit less. But I think you would want the Republicans and the Democrats to come to some sort of agreement pretty fast.
Or let's use those $20 billion and maybe we could put it towards whatever would make the government come back.
That is a lot of money.
Makes me want to throw up. And a donor's just like, yeah, I'll take care of it.
That's not much.
Problem.
Nancy says, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. The obvious answer is to do away with the need for a supermajority. One vote, one person. 51 should be enough to pass anything anywhere, including state, local legislation, and presidential elections, says Nancy.
Would never.
If you did that, then that would the issue would be that, when the other people get in charge, they're just going to go ham, and we're going to have drastic changes in the United States of America every time we shift power, which maybe is not bad. I'm not necessarily against that. I'm more against just like the false arguments. What Jimmy Kimmel was laying out. Like, the Republicans, you're in charge of all this stuff. Why don't you just get your stuff together so you can vote this through? And it's like, okay, they're in charge of Congress. Did any Republican not vote for it in the House of Representatives? No, they had plenty of votes. In the Senate, was there any Republicans who didn't vote for this? I don't believe so. I think they all voted for it. You can't get any better than 100% of your people voting for it. So it just seems misleading to me. Nancy's saying we should make it so 51 works. And, we'd probably have that happening like in states with amendments added to the Constitution if you only needed 51%. You can make some arguments for that being good, I think. But thank you, Nancy. Appreciate the email. Quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. We'll hear from Alec Baldwin. Some new twists in his crash story. We're actually going to hear the moment it went down, believe it or not. All the details rolling in on this. That politician who's been getting dunked on has some things to say. That Katie Porter lady. We got jury duty coming up and so much more. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
So intermittent explosive disorder.
Okay, that's not even what I have.
Let her go. It involves repeated, sudden episodes of impulsive, aggressive, violent behavior or angry.
Hello. How are you doing, everyone?
Keep an eye out for an object on the roadway slowing things down on I-4 eastbound just before Lake Mary Boulevard. There's a crash on U.S. Highway 1.
Hi, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Avenue getting cleared up.
I am so happy that you got bailed out. I was worried with the endangering children charge that you wouldn't get the bail money, but I am glad that you got bonded out.
866-676-8477 from the traffic center in James, Birmingham.
Venusian says holdouts are trying to keep premiums from skyrocketing. Angel says, but they aren't even trying to negotiate, even though they said they would do it if they voted to open the government. If it isn't a problem then, why is it a problem now? Sean, you said to remind us of a story you want to tell us? I was going to tell you about the guy who scared the shit out of me. I got it. Came up behind me like this. All right, I'm running. He parks his car, gets out. And I was like, he's going to stab me. He's going to stab me.
The solar system and battery backup from them. They designed one that's built for Florida homes. You get the battery storage, you get the lower bills all year long, and you get reliable backup power when storms roll through.
Hey, Barbara, how are you?
Company to come, your home keeps running.
Hope you're doing well.
Fridge is cold, AC blowing, nice and cool.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, let me know if you need that lawyer reference. They specialize in sort of, the limitation issues around, like, living around a school and all of that kind of stuff.
Or find them online, solarinstallersoflorida.com.
Get ready to crank it up.
I can hook you up.
October 16th through the 19th, 4 days of nonstop action.
Waterboarding 4-year-olds is crazy, and I hate to support anybody that's done it, but I will help. I'll get you an attorney. 3 minutes.
We'll see you at Oktoberfest 2025
crazy, everybody. That Katie Porter lady, the reason why everybody started going after her in this race with all these viral videos of her being a bitch and yelling at people and such, being difficult, is because she was polling the highest for governor. I mean, at least Gavin Newsom has some good qualities where I can understand why Democrats are going to want this guy to be the representative. He's a good talker and such. But I was surprised that she was favored so much in that election. I don't know what it looks like now. These videos are probably taking some sort of hit. Or she has as a result. Bear Lover says, Sean, back to the shipping container structure. It's freaking awesome. Let him build it. I mean, you have to have, some rules, right? About what people can build and cannot build and what's safe and what's allowed. I've looked into it before. I looked into shipping container bars in the backyard. And I was like, actually, no, I'm not going to do it. D-Rod says, did Sean talk about the leaked text from the Republican app? I don't think that was from a Republican app, was it? Maybe it was. It was from a group chat with a bunch of young Republicans in New York. And I'm about 0% surprised. And it's like edgelord types that are making jokes about, Nazis and saying horrible things. I think it's terrible. I think politicians in particular should never talk like that. For some reason, our culture seems to be much more accepting of this. You have the Attorney General who's still being supported in another state, even though he was texting people horrific shit about Charlie Kirk and his death and celebrating it and saying more people like that need to die as a result of their political opinions. You have other people, Trump with some of his ideas, and others that come out with pretty gross things, and people, the very political people who support these folks, seem to be fine with it. I think it's gross. I think we should have more respect in our politics than this. But I don't know if everybody else is on board with that. So yeah, they shouldn't have said any of that shit. It's gross, it's dumb. It'd be bad if anybody else did. All right, we'll come back. Hope that answers your question.
For the kids. Plus, explore curated Halloween playlists perfect for party vibes and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
iHeartRadio. As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
After yesterday. But it's Alec Baldwin, so everything is a little weird. Everything around him is a little weird in the world of Alec Baldwin.
And I'm
We're
subscribed.
We're going to get to your dispatches, your emails, all of that good stuff in just a moment on the show. But Alec Baldwin had some more footage come out of this accident that he got into, and it's kind of hilarious because he blamed the dump truck, which I believe he didn't even say was just a dump truck. It was
the biggest commercial trash truck he's
size
ever
of a whale.
seen. Yep,
Yeah.
size of a whale. I've never
Size
seen
of a
anything
whale.
like it.
Right. He did indeed say it was the size of a whale, and he said it cut him off, and that's why he crashed his wife Hilaria's Range Rover into a tree with his brother on board. His brother was like, by the way, and he's okay too, I guess, right? He blamed the truck for cutting him off, and the footage that's come out, I guess, proves otherwise. Let's see what we can learn from this.
Just obtained exclusive dash cam video showing the moment
big truck here.
After Alec Baldwin crashed his SUV on the east end of New York's Long Island. The video is from the front-facing camera on a commercial truck. You're seeing the truck here
it's turning.
What's believed to be a legal right turn, and then it slows down.
Seconds later, Baldwin's SUV is seen hitting a mailbox and a tree off to the right side of the truck. The actor and outspoken...
there it goes. There's the Range Rover over there. It goes around the side.
Happen?
It looked like he might have been trying to pass this garbage truck around the right side, and then the garbage truck kind of turned right. You see, it's in the lane right now,
That's a
right?
two-lane
Mailbox and a tree off to the right side.
Now see, it's gone over onto this what do you call that? The
median?
It's not the median. It's like the side of the
emergency
road.
lane.
Yeah, like the
shoulder.
The emergency, like the shoulder is perfect. This big dump truck for the commercial truck, the camera shows it pulling off onto the shoulder of the road. I think he might have been trying to pass it, and then it pushed him all the way off.
The actor and outspoken
and then he smashed into a tree.
Claimed on social media that he was driving his wife's Range Rover with his brother Stephen
and he opens his door
in the passenger seat. He
or
said
tries
he was trying to avoid hitting this truck, so he veered off the road into the tree.
Yeah, I think that's what happened there. I think it pulled over into that shoulder area.
Now this video makes sense. He's like, I want to cover all the bases because we know there's going to be a news story.
Well, because that's illegal, right? You can't pass somebody on the shoulder.
No, I believe.
What's the point of that shoulder?
The shoulder's
for emergencies.
For emergencies, or if like there's emergency vehicles passing, you can pull over onto the shoulder, or if your car's got like an issue, you can pull over there.
Trash truck.
But you're definitely not allowed to like pass somebody by going onto that shoulder. And it looks to me, I don't know, but maybe that might have been what happened here.
Imagine being that garbage driver and you see that happen, and then the guy starts to climb out, and you're like,
"Are you
holy
Stephen
crap,
Bowen's
is that
brother?"
Alec Baldwin?
That would be the best one, since the one that always sticks with me about this with the
Busy
Bone
Bone?
Thugs guys.
Yeah,
It's the greatest
It's me,
story
Busy
ever.
Bone. Have an apple.
Somebody, for folks who are new to the show, we did a story a long time ago. And somebody was passing out at the wheel because they were having like a sugar issue or something. And as they passed out, they kind of crashed. And one of the guys from Bone Thugs and Harmony happened to be there. But was it Busy Bone? Or?
Yeah,
I think so,
it was
yeah.
Busy Bone.
Yeah, and they explained what was going on. And he went up to the window and he was like, "Hey, are you okay? I'm Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Would you like an apple?" And he tried to give him an apple.
And I'm dead. That's what I would think at that moment. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm on my way to heaven.
Yeah, clearly this is not
Make
reality here. And when you find out it is, what an awesome moment.
Sorry,
Busy Bone.
we got it wrong. We've been getting this wrong a while. It was Lazy Bone.
Lazy Bone. Oh, it's another bone altogether.
In May 2015, rapper Lazy Bone helped a driver suffering from diabetic shock after his vehicle swerved and crashed. Lazy Bone gave the driver some apples and oranges to help him recover.
Okay, so we basically got it right. Also, did Lazy Bone just die, or was it Busy Bone that just passed?
Busy Bone, I believe, is alive.
No.
One
All
of the
I know
bones just died.
is undoubtedly Crossroads is an absolute banger song.
Hondo
And,
P.
We got to keep that in mind when we think about what ends the show today. So let's see what we got here. Somebody had mentioned in chat, did you see these released chats from these young Republicans up in New York where they were saying all sorts of offensive stuff in a leaked group chat? I did see that. It's gross. It's the gross like language of very political people that I've been seeing a lot lately, once again shown to be happening this time with these young Republicans, like sexist, racist stuff and gross stuff.
Let's read them.
I don't have the story up in front of me. I can get it up. But it just reminds me, the thing I brought up was we just had a story like this. Hang on, Republican text. I'll find this. But one of the texts was, "I love Hitler." I don't know what the context was around that. It said, "Great, I love Hitler." Everybody that votes no is going to the gas chamber. I'm ready to watch people burn now. If we had ever a leak of this chat, we would be cooked for real, for real.
Wow.
When do we start bullying?
Boom,
they love
dead.
watermelon people. There's a bunch of this like group text stuff that came from this chat from these young GOP leaders. And this is what happens when you get like a bunch of edgelord types in the world of politics. Okay.
And voted. You're saying leaders as in they are representing a group of people that voted them in.
Some of them are. They're like members of the Kansas Young Republicans. One of them, William Hendricks. Somebody's the chair of was going to be the chair of the Young Republican National Federation. So these aren't like all people that were voted into office or anything. But it's just like really dark, bad chat going on between these folks in this case that was exposed by Politico. And this is on the heels of this guy who was running for attorney general. I don't remember what state that was in. Maybe we could find that real quick. But who sent all these text messages that became a scandal there, and he was still supported for office.
Was he the one that did the 3 people, 2 bullets? He did the Toby joke.
Yeah, he did the Toby joke from The Office. It was talking about Charlie Kirk and like more people who disagree with him should be killed. And I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a sign of the times and how terrible people who are in politics are. Probably yes. That's probably the case. It's nothing that anybody has to defend. We should learn not to defend stuff like this. You know, I saw far too many people attempting to defend when stuff like this happened after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. This is bad. You shouldn't behave like this. You shouldn't be saying if we ever have a leak of this chat, we're cooked for real, for real.
Okay, but we're going to...
Because you shouldn't be talking about that.
Their employers have been contacted, obviously. I imagine.
Don't know. They don't have employers like you're thinking of, probably. I don't know. I mean, they've certainly been... It doesn't get more called out than having all of your text messages in an exclusive on the front of Politico. It's not as if this has gone under the radar. They've certainly been called out for it, and that's what they're dealing with today. And I had the clip, which, hold on, let me get back to this because I pulled it up, of the governor, Hochul, of New York talking about this. Let's see what she said. Here she goes.
Politico reported on a group chat of a bunch of young Republicans. I'm wondering your thoughts on that.
I'll see how loud she is, and I'll turn it up if it's not loud.
Just some bad young apples in this chat, or do you think that there's a toxicity around the entire party?
Some bad apples. These are the future of the Republican Party. This was so vile. It is hard to find the words to put into context that these are people who are part of a political party, one of 2 major political parties, and they believe in gas chambers and rape and discrimination based on the color of people's skins. These are racist, sexist, disgusting remarks.
All right, so there she is talking about this. And by the way, when you see the responses to all this, I think it always ignores something that happens in all of these quarters, which is that people are doing edgelord stuff. They write all these things to rile each other up. They write all these things to see who can go further than the next person. You see these in most Discord logs and stuff. People behave like this, especially in the world of politics, because politics magnetizes in some pretty gross people, at least right now. But yeah, it's gross and it's bad. It's bad when anybody does it. So it should be easy for people to say that. I don't know why it's difficult. Let's see what we got here from you. Do we have time, or we got? Oh shoot, we got to take a break. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to your dispatches and see what's on your mind. I told you we had an update from that Katie Porter lady. Let's see how she's surviving over there with the avalanche of clips making her look bad. And also jury duty, of course. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Magic continue working through training camp. The final preseason game is tomorrow against New Orleans.
The season tips off for the Magic 1 week from tonight against the Heat. NFL news with Bucky Irving injured. Tampa Bay has added a running back to their practice squad, signing Michael Wiley. The Buccaneers play Monday night at the Lions. Baseball playoffs, the Dodgers beat the Brewers again. LA takes a 2-0 lead in the National League Championship Series. I'm Matt McCoy.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
In a Greenway Kia. For over 23 years, my family's been saying it. And right now, the savings are at an all-time high. With 3 convenient locations and one of the area's largest inventories, we deliver the selection and savings other dealers can't. And during the Kia Fall Savings event, you can save thousands. So if you're in the market for a new Kia, visit Greenway Kias and discover one of the area's largest selections online. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Another month, another high utility bill. You know, those old windows and doors might be the culprit, letting valuable energy escape, and your money, too. Upgrade them with Renewal by Anderson.
Hello.
Glass option. You'll minimize heat loss and maximize energy savings. Renewal by Anderson windows are beautiful, durable, and energy efficient. Candace says my window project...
Okay, jury duty coming up next.
Today. Very professional and hardworking team. I love my...
Angel says there used to be a day when politicians were held accountable. Now they're rewarded. Remember when Al Franken was asked to step down over what the GOP considered a vile photo? That was in the middle of a bunch of people stepping down. I believe that was actually, and by the way, you're saying, Angel, you say a photo that the GOP considered vile. I don't think that's accurate. I don't go back. I don't think that's accurate. I think that was at the beginning of the Me Too situation, and then a photo came forward of Al Franken like holding a woman in some way that looked a little inappropriate. I can't believe he stepped down. He probably shouldn't have stepped down, but he had some accusations and stuff against him at that point in time. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't like some Republican dragnet. I think that was a result of the Me Too stuff. I think you're wrong about that. Hello? Oh, turn it off? Okay. Love you too. Bye. Hello. 2 minutes and we're back on the show. They're held accountable to having never had the wrong opinion. Character and ethics seems to matter little. You know, what I boil down the problem to here, just to get it done and over with, is for a long time, Republicans felt like they played by a certain set of rules, and that a lot of Democrats, as the entire country was lurching and lurching and lurching and lurching further to the left, all institutions, all major institutions in the United States of America were lurching and lurching and lurching further to the left. Things peaked under the protests in the summer of the pandemic, and it was just wild what was happening if you weren't like a completely far left progressive person. There was fast things happening. And Republicans, even before that, just wanted somebody who would start bashing skulls. This is why Trump began to rise and why Trump won the first election. And then when Trump was successful for this, at least for his first term, Democrats were like, we want to do that too. And we want to go the same speed, and we want to not apologize. And so now it's been a race to, well, not the top, but probably the bottom for politicians doing that. But there seems to be a desire to be like, hey, everybody grab these Republicans and, you know, hit them with a stick for saying bad shit. Yes. And to all of you, We said the same shit when people were talking about the Charlie Kirk stuff and celebrating his death, his murder. Like, you guys, this got to be a two-way street. It's not like, Team Red has screwed up. This is the one that matters now, right? That's what happens. It's dopey.
Sports
and your favorite podcasts.
A pure connection to what moves you.
The best part, it's all free.
Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone, the free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Today's not just any day, it's your lucky day. Staples Easy Deal Days are extended now through October 18th. Easy Rewards members score up to 40% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Head to your local Staples store or visit staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is
clips to get to. Clip crazy. There'll be a grab bag segment at some point in time to roll through some of these to get some conversations flowing. And we'll take your dispatches and get some of those worked in over at thenewsjunkie.com. I hate this guy. I do. I'm just going to be honest here. I hate this guy, and I think you might too. But before jury duty, let's work his story in. There is a particular man who is all over CNN today. And the guy has the Guinness World Record now. All right. This is the gentleman in question. Just give me 1 second, Celan, and I'll show you guys.
Like he actually has the Guinness World Record for something, or you just...
He does. Yeah, he has the Guinness World Record for something. He's holding it in front of him here. He's holding it in front of him here. This is what this guy has in front of him. And this is why I think he's annoying. This guy has the Guinness World Record.
Ooh, can I guess?
What do you think?
Is that pie we're looking at?
It's not pie.
Oh.
Okay.
Describe what we're looking at for people.
It's a bunch of
6 pages of typed paper,
like 8.5 by 11 standard print pages.
Correct. That this guy's holding as if he would hold like a prized fish he caught. Right?
Yeah.
He's holding this long stretch of all these pieces of paper.
They're stapled end to end lengthwise.
Mm-hmm. It's his arm span, so imagine he's 6 foot something.
But what is on the papers that he's holding that is his Guinness World Record?
His name?
It is. That's his name.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, this is so dumb. It says, this man could tell you his name, but it would take 20 minutes. the man
Does he even have it memorized?
He's legally changed his name?
Yeah, Lawrence Watkins is the short version of this guy's name. And he has a 6-page birth certificate. That's what he's holding out here.
Dumb.
I'll put this up on CNN now.
Is he single?
He probably is, but it doesn't mention it here. To recite his full name, which is 2,253 words in total, it takes about 20 minutes. This was demonstrated at his first wedding in 1991, where the marriage celebrant, like the person who goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and the groom."
I would charge extra. I would charge like 8 times more than what I quoted this guy if it took 20 minutes to recite his name.
The people at the wedding had to say his full name, and it took 20 minutes. I'm putting this up right now and see it now as we talk about it. But how dopey.
Is that his house that he's in? Because there's just like so much that can be judged upon that photograph.
Man with longest name.
Spends too much time for that. Can't find modern bed sheets.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this guy was
on walls.
The real kicker is, did he name himself this, or did his parents give him this name?
No way his parents did that. They were out working hard to provide for their family, I'm sure.
It says this was demonstrated at his first wedding in 1991 when the marriage celebrant pre-recorded the exhaustive list. The 6-year-old retired armed security guard from Auckland, New Zealand, holds the Guinness World Record for the longest personal name. They just gave him this. And it says, born Lawrence Gregory Watkins in 1965, the young New Zealander was fascinated by Ripley's Believe It or Not. Shouts out, Ripley's. Shouts out if you're out there. We love those people. They're great. The interest soon extended to the Guinness Book of World Records, and he, too, wanted to be one of the people in it. So he said, I don't have any particular talents. He came to the conclusion that he didn't have any talents. The only thing I can do, because he was trying to break the record by marrying somebody and finding a partner that was the biggest difference in height from him. So he was trying to find like the smallest woman he could find to marry her. And he couldn't find her. The only other option was biggest height difference between spouses. The guy's
he just
wife
wants Guinness World Records.
Yeah, he just wanted a world record. So he couldn't find a wife that was shorter than 3 feet. So he couldn't break that one. And now he made his name,
and he's alone,
thousands of words long. Yeah, so
okay. Now someone can beat him in one fell swoop by just adding one more name to that.
Yes. Also, there's multiple typos in his name because it was too long to write, and he did it with a typewriter, and he didn't want to go back and correct it. So
what's
he
a
just kept the
typewriter?
mistakes.
Exactly.
Wait, what? He paid somebody to type this out. He didn't get it.
And they screwed it up, and he was like, screw it, I'll leave those. Nobody's going to notice. Nobody cares. So there you go. He's got 2,000 plus names in his name. It takes him 20 minutes to say his whole name.
And he still has to tell every new person he meets.
Yeah. And when you go over his house, this is how it's going to go. You're going to go over his house.
To that guy's house. No way.
And you're going to say, look, Lawrence, are you here? I'm the cable guy. Cable guy.
I'm not answering the door until you say my full name.
Lawrence is going to go, oh, come on in and take a seat. And Lawrence is going to pull out this birth certificate. That's what he's going to do. Every single person that comes to the door.
I mean, that copy, but he also has it framed on his wall and in the bathroom. And
damn, bro.
Everywhere else. No, good for him.
That is a lot.
A hero.
It's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment.
I guess.
You should have found the really short wife, dude.
What are you doing with your lives?
It's not that hard. I saw, when we went to Halloween Horror Nights, I saw a lesbian couple.
Cool.
They were both under 3 feet tall.
What, you measure them?
Never seen anything like that in my life. No, I have this uncanny ability to look at things and guess how tall they are.
So it's more like a kid scissors.
It's just like looking at the world.
Rounded at the top.
They were like about 3 feet tall.
That's fascinating.
And walking together. And I thought to myself, all of these people bitching at this theme park about walking, and for a person who's less than 3 feet tall, like both of these ladies who are with each other were, it's so much more walking for them. This is like Lord of the Rings for these ladies. And they're like, they weren't even complaining or anything. They were just walking all this distance. Very, very incredible.
Like when you're taking a puppy out on a walk and it seems much longer for them.
Yeah, they're like little legs, so it's harder to do. But they were out there doing it. So shouts out to those ladies if they're out there listening.
You got a picture of them, didn't you?
No. I don't do that. Why? It's rude taking pictures of people like that.
May I ask, were they obviously little people, but you could tell when someone has dwarfism versus someone who is might still be legally little person?
They had whatever makes it more proportional. So they looked like just very small people. Now, the limbs were like a little off, so you could tell that there was like some level of deformity going on. But they were able to get around really good.
Oh, I bet they do.
And they were both in like their little leather outfits, all dressed up for the Halloween Horror Nights thing. And it just out there doing their thing, enjoying the world. And they didn't have to get real long names, but they probably could be in the Guinness Book of World Records, I would think. I don't know, but I would think. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty, brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. There's only one name in that. How about that? You don't have to have this string of 2,000 of them. It's just one. It's Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. Somebody says, there's no way that guy knows his whole name. 100% guarantee he doesn't know his own name. Absolutely right. 100% right. Yes.
For sure.
There's no question about that at all. A story in jury duty very quickly. An appeals court has just backed a Michigan school for banning a T-shirt for one of their students. The T-shirt that escalated to this level, and the court's deciding on this, one of the students wanted to wear a Let's Go Brandon shirt. The school said, no, we don't allow it. And they said, no, this is my freedom of speech and expression, and brought it all the way up to this appeals court, who told them what I would have guessed would have happened anyhow. You can have your freedom of speech, you can have your freedom of expression, but when you're a kid at a school, you got to follow the rules of the school. They're going to have a dress code sometimes. And if I was in charge of a school, I would say, hey, no gang colors, no curse words on your shirts, nothing that can be construed as offensive on your shirts, and politics on your shirts. All right? Just none of it at the school would be better, I think. And that's probably the right decision by the court. But tell us what you think, if you agree or disagree, at thenewsjunkie.com. Lots of reactions coming up next. I got to get into these clips. We'll talk to, we'll hear from Katie Porter, who's had all those videos dumped on her, and now she's responding. But is she winning over anybody, or does she still look like a bitch? We'll find out together. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's some scattered showers in the area. That might be slowing down your ride just a bit. The roadways are wet out there. Traffic's starting to pile up on I-4. You're going to run into some slowdowns between Sand Lake Road and Osceola Parkway in both directions. Congestion getting through the city. 408 westbound before I-4. Traffic's getting by a little bit better now. That accident's been cleared, although we still have police activity off to the shoulder there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
You can depend on Florida farmers. Our farm is where we live and work. It's where we raise our families and provide for yours. When you shop for Florida-grown fruits and vegetables, look for local. Choose Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
If you're looking to upgrade your kitchen or laundry room before the holidays, you have got to act fast, as in today, because the folks over at Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse, they have a fall savings event, and it ends on October 15th. That's today, and you're going to save big across the store. Plus, you get up to $500 in rebates on select kitchen appliances and laundry pairs. And my favorite part about Southeast Steel, the Southeast Steel experts. They don't just point you to a...
Hello, one moment, everybody.
Amazing prices. So,
one moment.
Hurry. Don't walk, run over to the fall savings event that's ending today, October 15th, at Southeast Steel. Because trust me, at Southeast Steel, you get the best deal.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Enter on the go, JustCallMo.com.
Hang on.
The shower's clogged. I think it needs to be snaked.
A snake? Where?
No, a plumbing snake.
Is it near me?
I should have called Frank Gay.
I'm hiding under the desk for safety.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
For clogged drains in your home, trust our highly trained techs who aren't afraid of a little snake. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life in
One moment.
Of course, it's the Halloween season. Scary things out there. Nothing scarier than realizing 1 of 3 people in America will die of heart disease, and in some of those cases, you will get no symptoms. You will simply die. And we had that come to life this week with a listener named Terry, whose brother had a heart attack. He heard our ad for Life Imaging FLA, decided to get the scan, and found out he had a widowmaker in surgery the next day to save his life. That's what Life Imaging
A widowmaker.
out there. So, hear these stories and take action. Grab this free heart scan, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And please, while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection does save lives. And it's simple to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial #250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. #250, say the keyword free heart scan.
Okay.
Back to you in seconds. Pick that plan today, guys, and take control of your long-term health.
All right, good idea or bad idea?
Win big at Daytona Beach and Orange.
Good idea or bad idea?
From 11 a.m. till midnight, every lucky high hand.
The Vice President of the United States of America has just announced he will be hosting a Change My Mind event at a college university. The Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, says he will be hosting one of these Charlie Kirk, change my mind events on a college campus. Good idea, bad idea?
New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. And Reed, you in? The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
And we're talking bonus
We got a
bets.
ton of stuff to get to here in the final hour of the show.
Okay, I'll do that kind of drop.
And anything that you think we should have touched on and haven't. I'm always open for that, by the way. I understand that I have my story selection and the things I pick up on. But that's why, some of you want to go, what do you think about these Republican text messages? I'll address it. I don't have a problem with that. You shouldn't feel like you have to, defend everybody that's on your side or whatever. People feel trapped into that. It's really stupid. Say that Republicans are dumb when they're dumb. Say that Democrats are dumb when they're dumb. Say that people are hateful when they're hateful. Say, on both sides. Good idea? Oh, wow, says Charles. Dumb grandstanding, says Bootsy. I would say if you're doing these events, don't announce them anymore. They want there to be a crowd, I think, is kind of the point. Because I know Steven Crowder did another one, but they announced it at the very last minute as a surprise and came out in a bulletproof vest and stuff. Good idea. It'll create entertaining content, probably. Sitting vice president going to debate anybody on any topic. What's wrong with that? Well, I think it's good. I think debate's a good thing. I think the idea that we have to talk about somebody possibly being killed is a bad thing. That's the bad thing. That's the bad thing. Is it grandstanding? Sure. But seems like grandstanding for the right reason. Okay, but have your own debate? He's riding the coattails off of Kirk? Yeah, it's part of this whole substitute Charlie Kirk thing where other people, like his wife, now J.D. Vance, Tucker Carlson, they go out to those school campuses to say, we're not going to be stopped by this, and we're going to keep this momentum going. If the VP dies, does that mean Lil Marco is the new VP? Oh, I don't. Is he next in the line of succession for VP? Let me tell you something. Marco Rubio is one to watch. A lot of people think you're going to see J.D. Vance rise and follow after Trump. And J.D. Vance is a pretty smart guy overall. Better, I think, at most Republicans in getting the message out to people. But Marco Rubio has been a freaking one-man army. He's doing multiple jobs right now, including Secretary of State. Chaos says, I'd support Lil Marco over JD. JD is extremist.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooming.
Dylan says, fuck Narco Rubio. Hey, he's 25. He can say those things. All right, grab bag segment. Let's go over some clips. Here we go.
RSV and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. BILLS. That's Bills. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
don't care. If you're resistant, I'm going to win you over eventually. I will win you over. I will slowly break you down and win you over. About what? I'll tell you in just a moment. You can join the show with your dispatches and emails. You know where to send them. Please do. Go over to the website at thenewsjunkie.com. I've always said on this show, at least as of the last 10 years or so, that we find ourselves stuck in this portion of life where, as Louis C.K. famously said in a bit, everything is amazing and nobody seems to care and people just complain about stuff, even though we are not only in the midst of huge breakthroughs, things are groundbreaking around us. And it's so interesting and it's so cool. And it's such a... It's a thing that's away from politics that I think people should really agree on. And I'll give you an example of exactly what I'm talking about in a second here. But when I was younger, there were only so many great leaps forward. And the beginning of the internet, I have to tell you, was not very exciting. It wasn't very exciting. It was like, ooh, did you go on Prodigy? Did you dial up onto CompuServe?
I think it's easier to say that in hindsight, but the beginning of the internet, when you had nothing else, was kind of cool.
What do you consider the beginning of the internet? Because I'm talking about bulletin boards and those early dial-up services. Not even AOL.
Yeah.
What was
not
that?
even AOL. AOL was the next big phase. When AOL came out, it was like, oh, all right, this is different. Now
Game changer.
We're connected here and we can chat with each other and instant message and email and whatnot.
Okay, but when you started to go to the gaming websites, I mean, I'll just speak of my experience as being a kid and knowing what the internet was. And if it wasn't the forwarding emails, I was scroll all the way down. And if you don't forward this, your mom dies. Or those websites, it wasn't Strike Gently. It was another one that you could play all these really cool games, and then you go to school and you tell everybody about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's still quite a ways after what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when this was before you were alive, I think, most of this.
With CompuServe.
2400 baud modems and stuff, not even 56K, which was the top end of people on AOL and stuff.
I think
the beginning of the internet wasn't really exciting.
I think my first modem was 2400 baud. I don't think I had the 300. I remember reading about that and going, well, that's just not enough baud.
How old were you when you were reading up on bauds? And I'm not coming at you. I'm curious.
Well, guess what? Both of our fathers worked for IBM. I don't know if that plays into it, but I did the same thing C-Lane did. I built computers and stuff when I was little.
See, my dad didn't let us touch this stuff. He's like, you will, once this is done, be allocated this amount of time, and you share with the other siblings.
Right. And then when our first online service was CompuServe, I don't think there were chat rooms back then, or in that service. I think there was email, but I think if I remember correctly, wasn't your CompuServe username just a string of numbers?
There was stuff like ListNet and Usenet, and there was a bunch of text-based things where people could put messages and other people could respond to the messages, but it wasn't exciting. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of all of this. And then most of you probably remember America Online and the internet exploding into most households. And then you were going on your favorite band's website, and then you were purchasing things online. This was unheard of. Your parents thought this was so dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
And we made the one great leap that I remembered when I was little was we jumped from dial-up internet, which was the whole thing, to digital subscriber lines, or DSLs. And all of a sudden, it was a game changer. It was like, whoa, you could download a movie rather quickly. Well, the websites could be much more graphics intensive because the internet is faster.
Yeah, my dad's friend was telling me, they're developing new modems that run over your cable line instead of your phone line.
Hey, what?
And you'll be able to get a megabyte in 8 seconds. And I was like, that is insane.
Look at us now.
And now I get I can get up to 8, 10, 12 megabytes per second.
And if it's any slower, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere with all of this on a journey here. And I want to take you back to a clip that I've played a couple of times on the show, but I just love it. And it perfectly exemplifies exactly what I'm talking about right now. We are going through it. Things are so rapidly accelerating, and so many people either don't understand or understand and are scared and are not just grab a hold and go for the ride that we're on right now. I'm going to bring you back to when I was 13 years old.
The year is 1947.
1994. This is the Today Show, and it's one of the famous clips like this. And I've played this before on the show, but for those of you who haven't heard, this was 1994.
Back out 56 past, I wasn't prepared to translate that as I was doing that little tease.
Oh, that's
that little
right.
mark with the A
Gumbo
and then
here.
the ring around it.
At.
See, that's what I said. Katie said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
They don't know what the internet is at this point. Okay, they're like, they didn't know what an at symbol was. They don't know what any of this is. This was 1994.
But I'd never heard it.
Around
I'd never
or
heard it
about.
said. I'd always
That's
seen the
right.
mark, but never heard
Yeah.
it said. And then it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
I heard be around or about in the lunchroom the other week.
All right, so this was like the
Internet
first time
address.
they had ever given out email addresses. And it says internet address
That's
violence
what they started with.
at nbc.ge.com, which, there's so many things. Like even the at symbol is not the same as it was back
It's
then.
an A with an A inside a circle, I think.
What were you supposed to send over to this internet address?
The four people on the internet at this time were supposed to send violence. I don't know. some example of violence, I guess. And
I wonder if the font that was being generated here didn't have a character for that, so they had to just wing it.
Oh,
I think you might be right.
Without a doubt. And then look up top, and there is a graphic called America the Violent. And they paid an artist, like actual money, to create that and put it up for them to use digitally.
1994, you didn't have all the software to do this for
That's
you, so a lot of
weird.
it still had to be done. But they were struggling with what is the internet?
Violence at NBC GE.com. I mean,
Well, Allison should know. What is
NBCG.com. He didn't say the dots.
Katie Couric there with a line for the Times. What is internet anyway?
what is internet anyway?
Oh, that was Gumbo.
Internet is that massive computer network, the one that's becoming really big now.
What do you mean? That's big. How does one? What do you write to it like mail?
No, a lot of people use it and communicate. I guess they can communicate with NBC writers and producers. Allison, can you explain what internet is?
Allison?
So, all right, what is internet anyway, right? Like what? This was 1994, everybody. The year was 1994. Kurt Cobain was probably rocking the world, and grunge was taking over in the United States of America, and all of these things were happening. And this, just being 30 short years ago, brings you to this week, the Today Show. And again, people just kind of take all this for granted. There has been such a massive breakthrough in internet on airplanes. The Today Show did a live cut-in with somebody on a flight, cruising along on a plane, and the Wi-Fi is so good.
That's against the rules, though. You're not supposed to do any video chats or calls.
That's what they did. Here, this is how this went down.
NBC's Tom Costello is joining us live from a United plane, 30,000 feet in the air. Tom, good morning. I see you already got a world exclusive with the sunrise, and your signal looks pretty good.
Yeah. Everybody is telling us this is rock solid, and we think this is the first live shot ever on a commercial airliner using Starlink, at least for a commercial television station. So let me show you how cool this is. First of all, we are right now over Wisconsin, and the sun.
I mean, we went from what is internet anyway to live streaming 4K, no hesitation from a United flight.
Perfectly
over the
clear
country.
shot.
Yeah.
There, he can hear them. Here's something crazy, Air Force One. We can hear him perfectly.
Yeah, his
So
audio
let's
is better.
Use that microphone, shall we?
It may be some of the technology that they're trying to debut here, but this dude is on a flight 30,000 feet up on a United flight, live on the Today Show.
I wonder if he's using a
smooth as
live
ice.
view.
I think he might be.
They won't let passengers do that. There's too many.
says
there'd be too
against
many
the
people.
rules. On most airlines, it's against the rules of your Wi-Fi use, and I think they
Not
even
when you have Starlink.
think they even throttle your usage. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's using the airline's Wi-Fi or if he brought his own Starlink.
I think they mentioned Starlink.
Right,
Yeah, they
right,
said.
but it doesn't mean that the airplane's Wi-Fi doesn't come from Starlink.
Right.
So,
Yeah, He mentions it here. I think it's the reason why he's on the United flight, because I think they have like a partnership.
Tell me not. Is that a beautiful shot or what? Let me show you how solid our signal is, because this laptop here has all of the feeds coming into NBC News, right?
Oh, first of all, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've never
Also,
seen
why
this
is that guy
before.
masturbating in the top right corner?
This is behind the scenes showing all the feeds. They never showed this. All the feeds that are coming into NBC on this software that they're looking through here.
Every one of these feeds right now, all of the shots, rock solid.
Live view, you're right, Celia.
My iPad up over here, and I've been streaming. Let me hit it. I've been streaming the Today Show replay from yesterday. So
he's watching the Today Show live streaming on the plane to the Today Show in perfect quality, virtually no delay. What a time to be alive, everybody.
Also,
oh my God.
They did the whole 737 with nobody in it just for that?
Yeah,
There's nobody in this.
Yeah, they got a flight with no one on it, which probably, if they're going to go live on TV, is probably for the best.
They're going to throw some paint on that plane.
They don't want competition on the Wi-Fi network, I don't think. But that's what they were doing. And that's so crazy to me to think that that's how far everything has come. That is 30 years, folks. And I will tell you, from the experience of somebody who has been very online, worked in online worlds, worked in the internet and websites and content and all of these different things for a very, very long time, it was slow and it was stagnant in a lot of periods of time. And it felt like you weren't going to get a great leap ahead. And it felt like we weren't going to get to fiber and we weren't going to get to this and we weren't going to get to that. And we weren't going to get to satellite speeds like this. But now it is fast and all at once. It is happening fast and all at once. I'll remind you, the first version of ChatGPT's video generation was really kind of funny. That was only a year ago. The second version is believable, not just to your grandmother anymore, but your friends and your sister and your brother, maybe even your kids. And the next version of the next version of the next version and all of this stuff is only going to get more insane, more fast, more convincing. We're going to have more people split apart because they're going to be in their own ideological bubbles. It'll be so hard to get through to somebody because they'll have different worlds that they're living in. We'll have all the good and the bad and the ugly that comes from this. But what a time to be alive. Tony,
are we even alive, man?
I guess so. I hope. Tony on YouTube says, you should bring up Starlink direct-to-phone internet. I have it on my Galaxy S24 Ultra, and it was crazy being able to watch live streams in the middle of the Yosemite wilderness, he says. Yeah, I mean, you used to have like, there still is to this day a few people off the beaten path who don't have access to local internet providers. Those people were for so long relegated to things like DirecTV internet. You might not even have known that they've had that. Or other satellite internet providers that were basically like maybe as fast as an ISDN line, which is like 256K modems.
I don't know about DirecTV for that, because DirecTV, I've mentioned before, the downlink came from DirecTV from the satellite, but there was no upwards communication. So
I mean, we all know someone who brought internet to a town within the last 5 years. Like they just did not have it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you still had to dial up, like you still had to have a modem and dial in if you had DirecTV.
So that shows you what Starlink has done, is what you're saying. Then I mean, yeah, and that is such a big thing. What an accomplishment for humankind. All right, we have a bunch more things. I didn't get through all these clips that I was talking about in the grab bag segment because we're up against it, but I do want to. And we'll work them in next. We got to talk about this Katie Porter clip. There's a woman who went to this Marshall store and all hell broke loose. I'll actually give you the news story on that when we come back because it's absolutely insane. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's some scattered showers in the area that might be slowing your ride down just a bit. Expect some slowdowns eastbound on I-4 before US 27 between Sand Lake Road and Osceola Parkway. Congestion getting through the city. There's no serious accidents on the major roadways affecting your ride, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida West Fallujah Emergency. HCA Florida West Fallujah Emergency in DeLand is now open. Visit hcafloridahealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Lake Monroe Hospital. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Things today can seem kind of unpredictable. Who knows what's around the corner, right? Well, at Total Wireless, we want to give you something to be sure about. With us, you save 50% off Metro and Cricket when you switch with one line. Guaranteed. And you get to keep the phone and number you love. Visit our Total Wireless store today. 50% savings for unlimited plans versus comparable Total Wireless unlimited phone plans based on standard plan rates. Some customers may only receive the guaranteed savings after contacting us and validating the current plan rate. Excludes promotional, discounted, and bring your phone rates. For total 5G unlimited plan or higher, auto pay required. Applied on next renewal date. Additional terms apply.
Want a Big Green Egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassy's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your Big Green Egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassy's Meat Market on Instagram or go to the website, wassysmeatmarket.com.
Hello.
That's Wild at 20129. Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Some breaking news.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Secretary of Defense, a.k.a. Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth's plane just encountered an emergency over the Atlantic Ocean. Pete Hegseth's plane just had some sort of emergency over the Atlantic Ocean. Had to head back to the UK, I believe. Details are scant. But Pete Hegseth, in a flight that had some issues, encountered some sort of issue. By the way, chat, I do think they purposely had nobody else on that flight. It was probably like a connecting flight that they knew would be perfect for this. So they didn't have everybody competing for the internet on the plane. And number two, it just makes sense. You're not going to have an entire plane full of people that weren't suspecting that the Today Show is going to do a live stream. You're just not going to do that. There's just be a bunch of randos with their kids and stuff.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up
3 minutes and we're coming back.
3 Corona Cigar Company locations: Stockton Phillips, Heathrow.
A 3-hour tour. Bootsy says somebody would show their boobs. Possibly. You never know. Look, the portal in, where was that, New York? Where's that portal? I think it was in New York. Wherever it was. They put that portal out there. They put like another one out somewhere else. And within like a day or two, people are showing boobs.
I've actually made around $200 this year already. Now pull over so you can download Upside before we miss the concert.
Pulling over. You had me at $200.
Download the free Upside app.
Ooh, lady just went to the vet. Right now, ladies at the vet. Courtney said lady gained 4 pounds. Come on. Little hog dog. What's going on? Dublin, Ireland? Yeah, that's where one of the porthole things was. Courtney said she gained like 4 pounds, and I said, what a fat hog. She said she's deaf hogging right now. True. Too many cheese balls. You guys, are you serious? Are you serious? You are the reason why there's too many cheese balls. Everybody was saying on chat, give lady a cheese ball, give lady a cheese ball. And then she learned the whole process of getting a cheese ball. And now she has a cheese ball. She's gained 4 pounds. She's still very fit. I don't know if he's going to say she needs to lose weight, but she's still very fit. She goes 2 miles every single day. For a little dog? 90 seconds and we're coming back live. You always wonder, you know, when the dog goes to the vet, you're like, hopefully, like it's just like last time, where when they came back, they were like, she's perfect. She's great. I have a hog dog. Lily's almost 60 pounds. Hope she's done growing. No matter how hog doggy lady gets, and again, she's in great shape. Though maybe 4 pounds, I don't know. We'll have to look into that. But my sister's dog, Elvis, when I had Elvis, he was massive. And he would just sit on the floor and the snoring would reverberate through the whole room. It was unbelievable.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need.
My dog's 110 pounds? Jesus.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Well, that is a hog dog. Okay. Here we go, everybody.
I'm David Eagleman, and this season on Inner Cosmos, we'll uncover how politics, AI, and the future of our species all emerge from our brains.
Your brain. I'm David Eagleman, and this season on Inner Cosmos, we'll uncover how politics, AI, and the future of our species all emerge from our brains. Why does time stretch? Why does nostalgia ache? How do memory glitches, culture, and technology shape who we are? If you're ready to discover more about yourself and understand the world around you, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Inner Cosmos, and listen now.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. BILLS. That's Bills. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Back to the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This is the News Junkie.
Amount of time, that's all that means. But this kind of perfectly shows you, I think, what I was talking about a little bit earlier on in the show. We'll get to your feedback as well momentarily. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. The news just broke not too long ago that apparently the Secretary of Defense, a.k.a. the Secretary of War, I guess now, Pete Hegseth, that there was a problem with his plane. There was an emergency. And his flight had to have an emergency landing and turn around and all kinds of stuff. And talking about that, somebody on YouTube says, Pete Hegseth has landed safely, ... Bummer. I think that's like a perfect example of where a lot of people are at politically, the political people, right? Where they're at, where just like those group chats, nobody cares. Everybody's being edgelords about everything. Everybody's like, I don't care if other people die if they disagree with me. It's a bummer that, the Secretary of Defense's plane landed and he didn't die. Like these kind of things have become more mainstream. It used to be that you said that stuff and people went after you. Now everybody just kind of sucks. Everybody just sucks and everybody posts a lot of terrible stuff. And people forget that these aren't just characters on your screen. It's not like some work of fiction. They're human beings. And if you know that and still don't care, then I don't know. I mean, I just don't even know what to tell you.
Do you think, though, that the edgelord thing, people that do that as a joke mean it, or is there a difference?
Question.
I don't think, all right, and we may very well disagree on this, if these young Republicans or whatever are saying, I'm a Nazi in some chat or whatever it was that they said, I don't think that they actually feel that way.
Correct.
I think that they're being edgelords and they're trying to one-up each other in these stupid online games.
I don't think the person that said, I love Hitler, actually, loves.
If they do, we have a bigger problem. But I think a lot of times it's the nature of online discourse and comments.
But that was a group chat.
The line, yeah, of course, an online group chat. And the line between what people say in real life and what they say on social media or in text messages or, whatever. I mean, It just seems very obvious to me. If it's not obvious to you, I don't know. But to me, it seems very obvious that people are okay with much more radical conversations all of a sudden. They're okay with people not apologizing over everything. It's a war as to who can be the least humane, decent individual in all of politics. And if you think it's just the other guys, I'm here to tell you, and that's what I'll continue telling you every single day that I have a microphone, you're wrong. You're wrong. And you don't have to take the hits when it comes to somebody on your side. It should be very easy for people to be like, hey, that's bad. People shouldn't do it. Right. And then it should be very easy for you to go like, and don't go like, it's just a joke. We're just joking. Like, I get it. I get it. But sometimes we accept it. Sometimes we don't. Right. Like, this is a larger problem where people sort of have boiled down to this point where they're just mean everywhere. And they hate each other over politics. Your life is about so much more than politics, okay? It really is. I care enough about that for you. Meanwhile, a couple other things, as I said. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America, is going to be hosting one of those Turning Points Change My Mind events at the University of Mississippi in Oxford, which they may need it. Mississippi, the dumbest state. The absolute dumbest state, the low IQ Mississippi, according to the viral graphic that we discussed this week. Mississippi, I love you still, but, they think you're dumb. But the University of Mississippi in Oxford, J.D. Vance, the vice president, is going to be going there to honor Charlie Kirk on October 29th, so in a couple of weeks. And somebody said, why don't they just keep it a secret until the end, until they, do the event? I don't think that's the thing. I think what they're show up. Yeah, they're trying to draw big crowds here. They're trying to put a thumb in the face of people who kill people that they disagree with.
You don't try to have a successful event and keep it a secret.
No.
Usually the one of the, keystones of a successful event is, telling people the event is going to happen.
Some people are saying that this is grandstanding, which it is, but, it seems like a good enough cause to grandstand for. Some people are saying, shouldn't the vice president have better things to do? Fair. I mean, but it's an event that they're going to be doing, and we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens.
Now, do you think he'll be listening to I Want It That Way or One Time by Justin Bieber on the way, or is that strictly for his making dinner playlist?
Metallica.
Yeah, that's not going to fire you up. You need something like, to fire you up before a debate.
Chainsmokers or something, yeah.
You need something like that. No, you need some drums. For me, I would just want a completely, totally clear head. Silence would be what I wanted. I would try to completely clear my cluttered mind. But, to each their own. We'll see what happens with this event. I wish him the best. I hope nobody kills anybody because I happen to be such a radical, crazy person that I think that's bad. Here I am. Over to New Jersey. New Jersey, everybody. And a Marshall's store. Ain't nothing wrong with the Marshalls. Don't let them tell you you're a cheapo weirdo for going to Marshalls. There's great deals there. They got some really good stuff. And I've even been myself. But at this Marshalls, things went real wild, real fast. And a woman bought something or grabbed something from the store and then used it to attack another customer. Here's what happened inside this Marshalls. Listen.
It's a busy Marshalls location, but on Saturday, patience ran out for one woman who ended up being arrested. Kearney police say 25-year-old Amber Thompson of Newark was angered by another customer whom she decided was taking too long in the checkout line.
That'll do it. That'll piss people off. Taking too long in the checkout line. She gets mad, so what'd she do?
And threatened to harm the shopper once they got outside. Well, police say Thompson bought a set of knives, took one out of the packaging, chased the shopper down, and stabbed her several times.
Jesus. Grief. Unhinged lunatic.
Marshalls, man? Come on.
I like it. They made it sound like she went through with the purchase. Like she's, oh yeah? You want to talk smack?
I'll show you my receipt.
Goes back and finds the knife set up, goes and purchases the knife, and then chases after this person and stabs them with the knife they just bought at the Marshalls. It's unhinged out there.
We're fine. Everything's fine. The suspect was found back inside the Marshalls. Police say she was hiding in a bathroom where a bloody knife was also found.
Damn, they got you.
We tried to speak to many shoppers as they exited the store.
A knife didn't make it far.
Some question whether or not there should be more security here, especially after the stabbing. Others say many people are simply on edge and acting irrational.
Yeah, acting irrational. They're all crazy out there. They're all crazy. You know where this doesn't happen? Japan. Once again, Japan, it doesn't happen. So the person that yelled via dispatch at Sabrina earlier for not playing the Japan clip, it's not. She doesn't have the Japan clip. That is me. So usually I'm talking and I'm on a completely different thing, and then I have to like pop up that and search for it.
I've asked for the Japan clip. I have not received it, but I think it is so ingrained in my head now. I cannot be the only one where I hear Japan and I hear that clip in my head.
People do.
And you said
they
it like
say that.
4 times, then I hear Japan.
People say it,
and it's like, why only some of the Japans? Why not all of the Japans? And then I would just be sitting here with the
Japan
in front of me the whole time,
Japan
over and over and over. That's a lot. And then if somebody talks about like mosquitoes,
I don't like mosquitoes.
It's a lot to do with all this.
I don't like those mosquitoes. I never did.
There we go. All right. What else do we have here? Oh, here's Katie Porter about all of these controversial videos that have come out about her. I don't know if you guys know this. I checked in on this. She was polling number 1 for the governor race. She was
before all this came out?
Yeah. She was polling number 1 for the governor's race. Not in Japan.
Japan.
I can't use that one. I can't use it.
Still on a delay.
See, let's go to my commercial break.
And let's see what Katie Porter says. Let's listen to it.
Should California voters feel confident that there aren't any more Katie Porter videos out there?
Well, what I know is that I could have done better in those moments. I'm going to be focused on earning their votes and earning their trust. That's true in every election. I've only ever had tough elections. So I'm absolutely aware that I'm going to have to continue to show them. I'm going to have to answer every question. I'm glad I got to continue that interview and finish that interview and answer all her questions. And that's what I'm going to continue to do.
She has big lunch lady vibes.
She reminds me of a scary aunt, and I love my aunt very much. Not like that, but that's like there's something to it. Like you do not want to step out of line in front of Katie Porter.
She reminds me of this woman I met one time. I think I mentioned this a long time ago, who was very into The Secret, that whole like philosophy, The Secret, where if you
date this woman?
No. This was just somebody that I knew in West Palm Beach. And it was like a radio event or something that we were at a house where she was there. It was not somebody I dated that was into The Secret, I don't believe. But the run-in that I'm talking about was with somebody who somehow was connected to the radio station, and she was so into The Secret. And I was like, "Oh, really? You're into that?" And she goes, "Yeah. Well, you don't believe in it?" I was like, "No, I don't think that's real. I don't buy the Secret." And she switched into this other mode, which was like this lady. Really? You don't believe it? Like, oh, God.
I'm sorry,
early interactions with people who can't bear to have somebody disagree with them, and early flare-ups on that. And she kind of gives me those vibes. I don't know. And I know some people will say, like, well, if Katie Porter was a guy and all these viral videos of her snapping at people and yelling about the lights, people wouldn't be as angry about it, or people wouldn't be mocking her as much.
I don't know about that. They would call the guy a dick.
I think they would. Yeah. I think that we just use bitch for women and dick for men. And I think they would call him out if there was some guy acting like that.
Was it Christian Bale that was secretly recorded just like screaming and berating everybody on set on the movie set that one time?
Yeah.
Was it Christian Bale? I know what you're talking about.
There's been a couple of these. I know what you're talking about. There was one where he's like, get out of the lights or get out of the spotlight, or got super angry, which sometimes is somebody being passionate, and sometimes they're right. Like, I've yelled at people for randomly walking into the studios and starting to talk when open mics were there. And that's because I'm passionate. I put a lot of work into what I do. I try to create great content every single day. And if somebody is trying to let the air out of the tires, I'll get mad and I'll fight for what I think is right. And I'll say, what the hell are you doing? I want that person to think about it next time. I don't want them to screw it up. I think there's a difference between that and what we're seeing here, because now there's like a lot of videos of her yelling at her employees. The people who are staff members, and a lot of those staff members, I think, were behind the leaking of these videos.
Yeah.
Her staff members did not like her, and they're trying, some of them at least, maybe there's some staff members that are really happy with her, but some of them at least seem like they don't want her to win this election. I think that's what's going on here. Let me see, let her finish her point.
Californians, not only that I understand their problems, but that I have the will and the strength of character to actually get something done about them.
But not just the CBS interview, the interview with the staffer. Can voters be confident that there won't be another one of those videos that's going to come to light?
What I do know is that I could have done better on that situation.
But that's not a no. So it's actually not a video that we're going to see.
Nikki, I'm going to be honest with you. I know that video was several years ago.
Nikki, there's about to be another video right now. If you don't watch out. Like,
Nikki's trying to star in part 2. Nikki wants a spot in the sequel.
I mean, you could either be honest, you can dance around the question, or you can go, that's AI.
Yeah, it might as well.
Someone will believe you.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will get to your final dispatches. We'll get to any emails that we have at the end here, stories that didn't make the cut, and of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream.
Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
To reach the mid 80s. We'll see a few more clouds today, though. Winds will be picking up, clouds will roll in, and that will be ahead of a couple of showers that will make their way onshore as the day wears on, eventually arriving into the Orlando area, say by noon today, lasting all the way through about 6, 7 o'clock tonight. We'll dry things back out, though, as we head to Friday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door.
Everdoor shows up or pays up. If they're late, you get $25 off, guaranteed. That's the Everdoor way. Fast, reliable, no waiting around. Book now at everdoor.com. Everdoor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Homeowners, take a look around your neighborhood next time you're, maybe out for a walk or driving around on the weekend, and notice just how many of your neighbors have solar panels up on the roof. That means more and more of your neighbors have decided to take control of their energy situation, maybe because their power bills are huge, maybe because they're worried about what's going to happen during a storm. Just they know that not only are they saving money, they have the freedom and peace of mind knowing their home is covered in the event of an outage and powered by clean energy from the sun every day. And if you think you could be next, well, the company Tacala Solar Installers of Florida, they have been helping homeowners, make the switch for 17 years. And you might be surprised at how affordable it can be. They'll work on those financing options with you. They're not trying to oversell. And combine that with the current tax credits you'll be saving right away.
Did that play into your headphones?
Save money every month and get the 100.
Dude, what played my headphones? Oh, okay. I thought I distracted you during your live read and messed you up because I was.
No, I'm just messing up because it's just a normal me messing up. just me talking like a fucking mumbleman. I wasn't your fault. Thanks for thinking it might be.
Well, you were in the middle of a live read and I was queuing up the Three Stooges song, so I thought it ended up playing like that Three Blind Mice was playing in your headphones. I was like, uh-oh.
Would have been better if it just played it on the air.
Okay, folks.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here.
Here's the deal.
Okay, folks. Pick that chatter of the day, folks.
Maybe.
One, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan. If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement.
Okay. Rate the show. Out of 10. 10 out of 10 is an absolute banger. 1 out of 10 is a pile of trash. What do you rate the show today?
Attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who will provide a will and trust at no charge to you.
Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was worth the price of admission. And 1 out of 10, absolute dumpster fire. 8.2 Chia Pet Underpants out of 10. We'll take it. 7.5. An 8. An 8 or riveting.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
4 audio mutes out of 100. 10 out of 10 from Dylan. Dylan, have a great day. I love you. Enjoy yourself. Happy birthday. Please be safe. We'll talk soon. 10 out of 10 for Dylan's birthday. 4 out of 5 Bone Thugs and Harmony. 8 turds out of 10. 8 out of 10 Karen Porter videos. 5 out of 10 because of the long YouTube copyright. You're right. That must have been like really hard to deal with. So I apologize profusely. I got to get Today I Learned, and then we'll crown our chatter of the day.
In business since 1959, that's over 65 years of hands-on service. Visit Eustace Roofing today for your free estimate. And don't forget about the spectacular savings event. Terms and conditions apply. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. It's Eustace Roofing.
What does New South Proud mean? It means you can save 35% on windows and doors. And not just any windows and doors. We're talking New South American-made windows and doors that offer premium protection from hurricanes, intruders, and noise. And they're guaranteed for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, they said he couldn't do it.
October 31st, 2025. Call 800-NEW-WINDOWS.
They said he shouldn't do it.
Visit newsouthwindow.com/deal for details.
They recommended, like 9 out of 10 doctors, that it not be done. They told him that you'll go to prison for it, you monster. But he did it anyway. And that's why I'd like to say congratulations to our chatter of the day, Dylan Wasson. Congratulations. Dylan Wasson on YouTube does it again. Of course, Dylan's on YouTube. He hates Twitch, just a Twitch hater. But he did it. Congratulations. Chatter of the day.
See their sleep experts today to find your perfect bed from their premium selection.
All right, folks.
Save big on
We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mattress firm. They make
God bless,
sleep
Godspeed.
Latinos are driving prosperity, power, and progress.
We'll see you on the other side.
77% of Hispanics don't know about Europe country, from population growth to representation, economy, and
Driving prosperity, power, and progress in America. Yet 77% of Hispanics don't know about their contributions to the country. From population growth to representation, economy, and education, Latinos are advancing positively and driving American progress. This Hispanic Heritage Month, it's your turn to speak about how Latinos are driving the growth and shaping the culture of the U.S. Let's elevate together the narrative of our community as who we are, Hispanic Stars. For more information, go to HispanicStar.org.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Thank you for being with us, friends. We appreciate you. And you can learn more on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see what we have on the way out here. How much time? We got, well, we don't have much time. The AI breakthrough I talked about, not necessarily a good one, but Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, says OpenAI will soon allow erotica for ChatGPT users who verify their age on the platform. If you verify that you are over 18, you will be able to get freaky with the chatbot on ChatGPT.
Like
It's
just
happening.
typing back and forth, huh?
Yep, typing sexy with each other. You'll be able to like unlock adult mode if you confirm that you're an adult with the platform.
I wonder
guess.
how adult it gets.
Only one way to find out, C-Lane.
I want to find out and I don't want to find out.
Yeah, you got to say, Dear Diary, ChatGPT, let's get sexy. And see if it will get explicit.
But then it goes, do you want me to be a little bit more edgy or something that's like bullet points that you could use later on?
There's got to be guardrails, right? Like if you said, I want you to pretend you're insert illegal thing here.
I feel like mine would be so thrown off by me asking something like that. It's like usually like to-do lists and trying to figure out stage plot measurements.
You would try to get ChatGPT to lay still like a doll, which I guess is your thing.
Excuse me?
That's fine. Everybody's got their own thing.
I know you're circling back to something, but I just don't remember what it was.
It was from your playlist.
Act Like a Doll playlist.
Act Like a Doll playlist from the beginning of the show.
Adele.
A doll, yeah. All right, we don't have time for a final dispatch. We've wasted it on this discourse.
Wicked
so
talented.
Instead, let's do this. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. Today I learned these guys.
The Three Stooges.
That's right, the Three Stooges indeed. Columbia Pictures president Harry Cohn actively prevented the Three Stooges from discovering how popular they were.
Nice.
Despite their films being in extremely high demand, the executive at Columbia Pictures made them believe they were always in danger of cancellation, so they wouldn't negotiate a better contract.
It's like not letting the girl know how hot she is.
That is messed up. They only made $600 per week.
Gosh.
And there's only 3 of them. That's insane. So that's what they got paid back in the day, the Three Stooges with Columbia Pictures. Today, I learned the founder of the Church of Satan is Anton LaVey. And Anton LaVey, despite what you may believe, the founder of the Church of Satan, has strongly condemned drug use and says he hates rock music and heavy metal, even without satanic lyrics in it. Yeah. Although he's the author of the Satanic Bible, the Satanic Witch, the Satanic Rituals, the Devil's Notebook, and Satan Speaks. I don't know how many people actually buy those, but he is R.I.P., died in 1997. Finally, today I learned this group right here.
Bone Thugs in Harmony.
That's right, Bone Thugs in Harmony. They are the only group that ever worked with Tupac, the Notorious B.I.G., Eazy-E, and Big Pun, all of them while they were still alive.
They were the Switzerland of rap groups.
I like how they said when they were still alive, as if they did not work with any of these people after they were dead. That did not happen. Formerly Bone Enterprise, now Bone Thugs in Harmony or Bone Thugs. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missing any of the show? Get the podcast on the News Junkie.